Right. Is my mic working? It is! Hurrah! Once my microphone is working. Hello, welcome one and all. They're chatting away, so we'll see what's happening. Hello. Right, I seem to recall when you were all here last week, you've got to the house, I seem to recall. True there.
It's absolutely not the plant from Little Shop of Horrors outside.
Well,
Well, it
I think the general consensus was there's a fortune in ghost rock being taken out of the mine, and I think it's running dry. So they've basically started to basically buy up land, and if you don't want to sell your land, they turn it another night and shoot you in the head.
And the really
True.
big nugget has been stolen.
Aye, and the agent I think went out to look at a mine to find out what was going on and disappeared.
Well, this is his house. This is his house that we're about to explore. But I think somebody. Do we have anybody that knows anything about botany that can have a look at this weird plant that we noticed outside?
Yes, that was last week.
You did. I'm just trying to find the notes on what you found out.
He's been grinding up ghost rock and using it for plant feed, and this is the result.
Yes,
well,
so anyway...
In that case, we need to kill all the plants.
Well, before we do that, I had some. I was thinking about mines in general. I had a bit of insight, and then I had a bit of a fit, and I managed to cast a spell, which was object viewing.
Yes.
And I was having another clairvoyant flashback, flash forward.
You
go
were
somewhere.
You were having a funny do, weren't you?
And the marshal was going to spend the week preparing for that. They even said so.
Marshal decided. Well, the marshal didn't decide, but fate decided the marshal instead would get a frigging horrible.
You drew everybody's attention to your weird plant, didn't you, Tavis?
To my weird plant?
Yeah, to the weird plant.
I did draw everybody's attention to the weird plant.
Because Mercy, given her background, tends to be, more likely to jump to the idea that there's something not right here. Can I do an occult roll, Savage, to see
the plant's not native. It's a. I said it looked terrific, absolutely terrific. Yeah, the plant's not native.
No, well, but I'm not picking up anything on my occult with it, so.
Paddy's not native, but we're scared of him.
Yeah, it's not magical in any way, shape, or form, as far as you can tell.
Yeah, it's just a normal plant that, maybe a little carnivorous. There are carnivorous plants in the world that are not abnormal.
Right, well, if you're absolutely certain that it's just nothing to worry about at all, then I'm sure we can leave it in the garden.
Anybody who can use words that big probably knows what they're talking about.
Similar to an aspen seedling with distinctive pale bark and oval leaves, has long bulbous seed pods covered in fine filament-like hairs. Most unnervingly, the plant tree disturbed.
I wonder what happens if we poke it with a stick.
Any idea what object reading would do for a plant that grew from a seed?
Find out.
Well, I wasn't actually thinking, but believe it or not, to be in truth, I wasn't actually interested in the plant until, because I already had, what I wanted to know was the comings and goings of the building.
Oh, of the building?
Of the building, because I hadn't thought about the plant, you see. Then we discovered the plant.
Mm.
But
the building, you got a raise, didn't you? So you can basically fast forward and rewind in your mind and see things that happened. Is it within 5 yards of it?
Well, it's a house, so not sure how far back Tarrytown was built.
I think more to the point is looking at the last few weeks and see when the agent was last here and if and what happened to him.
And if he left, did he leave of his own accord? Was he dragged out? What was he carrying when he left?
Has he hidden anything in secret panels that we can then go and open and see what it is and stuff like that?
So, yeah, you get a fascinating glimpse into the history of the house from the point where it's been built and different people moving in and out. Really interestingly, though, the recent past is blocked. As if something or someone deliberately obscuring any information that gleamed.
So, Paddy, you gonna open the door or what? You got the key, right?
Yes, of course I got the key.
Well, then open the bloody door.
You're renting the
Why
place.
have I gone Irish?
Because
Are you taking the Michael out of me?
Well, maybe.
Oh no, everybody else probably does. I've just reread stuff and I still can't recall reading how and where the bloody guy you're looking for died.
So he's dead then.
If he did die, that is.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point.
Which he may or may not have done.
That's the point I'm trying to make for the record right now. I can't recall if he's actually dead or not. He's just vanished.
Well, this is Deadlands. He could be both.
Indeed.
Well, that's true. Being dead doesn't necessarily stop you going anywhere or doing anything. Apart from having a full, satisfying sex life.
Oh, yes.
The West is weird. I've heard it's dead, and cowboys killed ain't staying dead.
Let's put it like this. I do remember, yes, there's one whole line that says, and this happened. Doesn't tell you where or anything else. So I'm suspecting somewhere later in the adventure that I haven't reread since I converted this. It tells me where whatever happened, and what the implication was. But anyway, in the meantime, however, I'm going to say basically, as you're touching the house, all you sense is that in before basically, I'm assuming with object reading, you get a sense of timescales and everything. Not before the you could see Brieg coming and going, and then one day at night you see him sort of coming into the house, and as he walks into the house, everything goes dark. But that was a couple of weeks or so before he vanished.
I spy with a BDI. I've just seen a new bug in the game.
New bug? What's the new bug?
Oh, it's very, very subtle. The icons being drawn in the player's view are overlapping. As in the portraits, pictures are all in the wrong position. They're all offset by.
Intriguing.
What a BDI you have.
What a BDI. See, I mean, too much development.
Supposedly, the decked up deck has been fixed so it doesn't break Fantasy Grounds, but obviously it still breaks mine. So, a creaky rocking chair coated with dust sits here with an old cob pipe and some ashes lying on the still beside it. This is the porch. Window looks in on the parlour, a chirruping of sparrows' nests under one corner of the porch roof.
Everybody wipe your feet on the way in if you don't mind. It's messy enough in here already. I'll not have it getting any worse.
I can walk on my hands if you prefer and keep my feet in the air.
Just don't eat anything that you're touching afterwards. It's not exactly Next to godliness in here.
As we discussed before, very much with tongue firmly in cheek, the design of the house is very intriguing in that it actually seems to have the name of every room stenciled in.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Juan is hiding very, very well somewhere.
It does.
Oh, well, he wasn't here last week, was he?
I shall wander on into the dining room, assuming that it's got the correct name on the floor as opposed to the wrong one.
Well, that would just be ridiculous, wouldn't it, if the dining room were labelled as the kitchen and the kitchen were labelled as the bedroom?
It looks like Sophia's trying to climb through the window.
You have an interesting thump as Sophia tries to jump through the window.
I did not realise that was a window.
It's an internal window.
Maybe I was peeking through it.
Indeed, that's how I would take it too. Okay, this otherwise plain room has a round wooden table, 4 chairs, and a sideboard for plates and utensils. There's a painted portrait of Jim Bridger. Who's Jim Bridger?
Of what now?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Ask the GM.
I did. But
James Felix Jim Bridger, March 17th, 1804 to July the 17th, 1881, was an American mountain man, trapper, army scout, and wilderness guide who explored and trapped the western United States in the first half of the 19th century. He was known as Old Gabe in later years. He was from the Bridger family of Virginia, English immigrants who had been in North America since the early colonial period, at least according to Google. Well, Wikipedia, I should say.
Okay.
You're running the wrong version of Decked Out.
Even without Google, after the game, I'll pull up a video.
How can I be running the wrong version? I've run 4 updates.
You're on version 120 and it's 121.
Well, I ran an update before the campaign started, so basically the Forge isn't updating it correctly.
Must have
I
broken.
finished.
I think Mercy's standing on top of you.
Yeah, I think we kept getting overlap on our because.
Oh yeah.
Look how big those icons are compared to.
They are huge.
So I did find an extension, but I did download an extension, but I haven't got round to downloading it yet. I should have turned on Portal so you could go up the stairs. But no, there's an extension. I haven't tested whether it works for Fantasy Grounds yet, but basically when tokens are stacked, you tick on a token, it shows a little window appear with all the tokens, and you pick the token select. Anyway, so dining room. There's a painted portrait of Jim Bridger hanging on the north wall with eyes that seem to follow the viewer wherever they go.
Well, that's not even mildly disturbing. Everybody split up and take a look around the place. We can do more damage that way.
Oh, the other thing we have to bear in mind at this point is, can I have notice checks? First thing I would point out is if we could hear some sort of weird whispering, as if the house.
I'm sorry, no.
I'm using it. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I didn't mean that. I didn't actually mean it in a bad way. I was actually using the fact you were whispering as a sound effect.
There are whispers going on in the background.
You think you can, but when you listen again, there's nothing there. It's eerily silent. Also, can't help but think there's scratching coming from inside the walls. And it does sound like there's someone walking around on the upper floor.
Okay, Adolfo's going to go round the walls, doing a shave and a haircut knock to see if he can find anything hollow.
Did Mercy say she was going upstairs as well? Someone went to go upstairs and I accidentally clicked cross instead of tick. Was that you, Juan, or was that Mercy?
I was going upstairs. I was at the top of the stairs and then you moved me back.
Yeah, that was purely...
Juan is going up there as well.
Yeah, I want to see if there's any place we're sleeping here because rooms get a bit pricey.
Split the party. Yeah, I mean, that's true, because we could do with our home base, really, couldn't we?
Well, I thought that's why we rented the place.
Oh, aye. Well, that was the cover
That
story.
was the general idea. I mean, if we can clear it out, it is a much cheaper place to live.
A small study nestles behind the dining room and under the stairs. It holds a threadbare green and blue upholstered chair, a table, and an oil lamp. A small bookcase stands against the wall, mostly classic literature and drama. On top of the bookcase is a thick glass jar with a rubber cork sealed by generous amounts of wax. It's filled with a cloudy yellow liquid. And
by the way, just an engineering
grey, fleshy mass coiled within.
Ew! What the heck's that? I'll get it down and bring it through to the dining room.
As we're going to say, just an engineering observation for you. If there's a big cupboard in the kitchen, no problem at all. And if there's not, there's a void space in there somewhere.
Well, I'm going around the dining room, knocking on the walls, seeing if I can find anything hollow.
Look for hidden compartments behind the bookcase. It's dusty in here.
Hey, I lost me on the map. Now somebody's overlapping my token.
You're there.
No, you're upstairs.
Oh, I can't find the upstairs, I guess.
To the right, I think.
I forgot to turn on the portal extension.
Okay, I found it.
There, let's see. Chamber 1. The room at the stairhead is full of mounted animal heads and stuffed birds, deer, elk, wild hog, and a badger, fanged and glassy-eyed, beside multi-hued songbirds displayed as if in flight. At the centre of the room is a stuffed bald eagle on a table. It smells dank and musty.
Who sniffed an eagle?
A hand reaches out from the darkness behind you in the study, Sophia, and reaches out to touch you on the shoulder as you see it out of the corner of your eye.
What was that?
When you turn, there's nothing there.
Are you all right, Misty?
There was a hand, and then there wasn't a hand, and it was going to grab me.
Oh, calm yourself, woman.
Okay, who's that? Amazing. And Dolfo's headed into the kitchen. As you get closer, as you get closer to the kitchen, you notice that all the shadows seem to move, and they seem to have eyes that blink and look at you. And you step into the kitchen. A typical kitchen setup with an exterior door and back steps. The back door is sturdy and locked. Numerous empty whiskey bottles lie scattered like dead soldiers under the kitchen counter.
Are there any mirrored surfaces in here?
I don't believe so.
Okay, I won't cover any over.
There is a hinged trapdoor in the kitchen floor.
Is there? Is there a lantern? Is there a lantern, or anything like that in the room?
Not that it says, no.
Have I seen one anywhere in the house so far? Because that would be unusual for there not to be.
Where are we? Chamber bean time. One. The as you have been standing there. Oh, you just as you're stepping out of the room, you hear scratching and birds' feathers shivering and talons scratching on wood as you step out the room.
I came up here because I kind of thought there was going to be rats or something like that swarming about. So
Juan will turn around and look and see if any of the stuffed animals have moved from whenever I first walked in.
Whatever the bid is, double it.
As far as you can tell, no.
I'd like to spend a penny to alter the narrative such that, with it being an Old West homestead, there must be an oil lantern in here somewhere. So muttering about.
I will not stop you doing so. But at the same time, the reason there might not be one, someone took it with them when they went somewhere.
Well, indeed, but I've spent too many, so I'd like there to be one. I'm going to pick it up and light it, muttering about being an old fool and seeing things, so that there aren't any more shadows. And then I'll head back into the kitchen.
Quite the opposite, in fact, actually, because now lighting the lamp, it just makes the shadows in the corners of the room even dark.
But I can push them. I can push them further away from me and not pay attention to them. And then I'm going to go and open that trapdoor.
You don't want to open that trapdoor.
Stay away from that trapdoor.
There's something down there.
I'm a fool because I dare.
Okay, dokie. 8 wooden steps lead down into the dark. It smells like rotten fish.
Because the last experience with a trapdoor taught these guys nothing.
Rotten fish, animal musk, and pine sap.
What an interesting new smell I found. Well, I'd best go and take a proper look then. I will go down with the lantern and just have a quick look around the cellar.
I love the way I love the way they. I love yeah. Okay. Not you, just pinnacle. They actually fool you. They give you a map, and you're thinking, "My word, they're actually giving you maps." And then when you actually read something else, you realise they've done what they do best.
I was looking for hidden.
Give you the one map you actually need.
Yeah, basically.
I was looking for hidden compartments and trapdoors and such behind the bookcase. Anything?
No.
What a waste of an amazing roll. Never mind.
It was, I'm afraid so.
Paddy, where'd you go?
I'm down in the cellar. Just having a look around. I got a lantern. It's all right. Smells a bit off down here. I'm wondering if something might have died down here.
Okay, let's see how badly. I'm
going to see someone.
Let's see how quickly I give up.
I'm hoping it's not someone. Explaining a dead body in the cellar would not be, well, it wouldn't be ideal. I mean, at least they know that the fella's gone missing, so they're not likely to blame us. But even so.
If it's got to the stage where you can smell it, it's probably gonna have been there before we got here.
Well, yes, I can understand that much, but, I've had troubles before.
Really?
You were there.
Oh, those.
Rahulahay.
Rahulahay?
Rahulahay.
Oh.
Make it look so.
I heard that echoing from upstairs, on top of the stairs. More money said Rahulahay.
Houlihan? Oh, I knew a nurse called Houlihan once. I knew a nurse called Houlihan once.
Uh-huh.
I knew a nurse named Gladys Emmanuel. She was lovely. She's lovely, but
I might have met her myself. Was that Gerger Gladys Emmanuel?
Right, I give up. Okay. Theatre of the mind.
I was going to say, don't give up.
No, I give up. It's just like Joshua goes, well, I'll just draw this. I'll slap this down, and there's a map. I can't even find some earth. And then when I find some earth, it's like he does, oh, we'll just draw a rectangle. I get a black lined rectangle with no texture on it. So I quit.
Josh Watmow's maps that he did on the Saturday thing are now on the store.
Not the latest ones.
Can I ask a question?
Doesn't he just put them on Forge?
They're not on the Forge, they're on the store.
Why are they on the store?
Oh, well, I get them for free then.
They're meant to be on the Forge, aren't they?
Yeah, I think he said they were going to be on on the forge, but he didn't go on the forge. They just appeared on
Because
the
I
store today.
want his Spelljammer ship map that he did. But anyway, okay, so
I wonder if that's why he's gone missing.
Everything's marked up park anyway. You get it for free anyway, don't you know?
In the sub, yeah.
Rules question.
Hmm?
The Get Savage card says 1 edge regardless of requirements. In this setting, would that stretch to including harrowed edges?
Any edge.
Since it's limited, I don't see why not.
I figured it'd be worth asking with that one.
regardless of requirements for the rest of the encounter, logically speaking, yes.
Well, that's cool. That could be very useful.
Suddenly you break a nail and you've got claws.
I mean, let's face it, it does say regardless of the requirements, and I'm fairly confident that.
Got the superpowers extension loaded. You can start having some superpowers edges as well.
Well, it's got to be an edge within the setting, I think.
No, I think it's still any edge you want and any setting.
Superpowers are a
You've been doing
edge.
what's his face for too long?
Rifts.
Don't get rift.
Oh. Okay, I will for now just keep that back. But there's all sorts of interesting stuff I could take with that.
Yeah, I could. I looked at a fantastic edge this
requirements
morning.
It just requirements just say harrowed. So yes, but I think that will do. Right, okay. I'm going to use this. It's not what I want, but it's fine. It's good enough for what I need, and it suddenly occurred to me I am going to have to learn how to bloody draw in this. Okay, bear in mind that I have just randomly found a map, so it doesn't necessarily, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't necessarily, in any way, shape, or form, form to the real description of it.
But what this does tell us is there's something important in the cellar. He said, not metagaming.
Well, no, it just means I get a chance to have a map to kill you.
He's just been playing with Photoshop.
Well, it's very dark in the cellar.
Not Photoshop, Windows Paint, or whatever it's called. Yeah.
You do have I thought you had a lamp.
I do, but you need to put the light effect on me.
Should be on in the
You can drag the light effect onto yourself from
I mean, don't we have like a map drawing right in FG right in the table?
Look, last time I tried to give people lights, it all went horribly wrong. So forget it.
You can players can drag the effect onto themselves, and it will work.
Okay.
Or you could just basically give yourself a lantern and put the lamp effect in it, and then equip it, and then you'll have a lamp. There you go.
There we go. Okay.
You just drag it on yourself, easy. Yeah. Boom.
Well, you shouldn't. You should put it on an effect. You should put it on an item.
Yeah, but I mean, you can do it that way. You can do it lots of different ways.
That thing with the combat trackers
being fixed. And I please have a notice check
from everyone, or just the young man in the cellar.
Just the old fart in the cellar.
Yeah, he's an old fart. Thank you very much.
He's a fart in the colander.
Yes.
You notice
I was just asking that
mound of dirt.
Nobody's bothered about lights, but apparently nobody's bothered about lights.
A small mound of dirt. How small is a small mound of dirt?
I don't know.
Smaller than a big one.
Okay, is it kind of somebody made this mound of dirt by burying something with their hands, or is it I will need a shovel to investigate what's underneath the mound of dirt kind of size?
Yes.
Both.
You gave an either or and you said yes.
Exactly, because that's the amount of information I've got.
Well, make it up. You're the GM. Improvise.
Well, I'm just looking at with success on a notice roll, you find a small amount of dirt. Digging it up unearths something. That's all it gives me.
Okay, well, in which case, I'm going to go with the assumption that it's a small enough amount that I can clear it away with my hands. I will put down the lantern and say, "Hey, Sophia, looks like somebody's buried something down here. I'm going to take a look," and I will start clearing the dirt away.
Logically speaking, I know they say it's a small mound of dirt, but logically speaking, I don't know, actually.
Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not going to.
How big do you think a 66.6 nugget?
Yeah, that's
How
a
nugget
fair
would
amount
be.
of dirt. That would displace a fair amount of dirt.
While he's
That's
what are we
not-
Wait. 66.6 what?
Pounds.
Pound. That's going to be
Well,
a fairly
think about
decent
it.
sized
That weight
rock.
in gold
Yeah, that's what I
isn't that
figured.
big.
But then why call it a small mound? I suppose it's a small mound of dirt, but it's going to take a lot of digging to unearth it. So what will happen
so
is,
he can
I
clear
imagine
it
you'll clear away a bit of the mound to discover that you are looking at something.
So somebody nicked the ghost rock, he nicked the ghost rock and buried it.
So, okay. So as you
Who
start
was he
digging,
hiding it from? Dun, dun, dun.
as you start uncovering the dirt, Mr. Adolfo.
Mm-hmm.
This is why he's
Well,
in trouble.
it's less than a cubic foot, because 1 cubic foot of coal would weigh 84 pounds. So it's less than a cubic foot.
So it is a small mound, really. Then I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Agreed.
Only a small mound.
Okay, so I just need to look that up.
What is going on upstairs? Nothing.
Well, look, you've split up the party, so you can live with the fact that you've split up the party, and I'm having to deal with 3 things at once, and someone's gone down into the basement on their own, which is always a stupid thing to do. You should know that by now. And I'm just going to kill them first.
I'm going to kill this character.
I'm going to kill this character and come back to the rest of you. Okay?
I told someone where I was going. I was perfectly reasonable.
Okay, so
didn't learn anything from the last trap door you guys opened, did you?
1 per round, no rounds required.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So it's cast a strong automatic raise. Okay. Okay, so as you start to dig into the dirt, you hear a sizzling sound, and you realise that your hands are disintegrating before your very eyes.
Holy Mary, Mother of God! Christ and all the saints preserve me! My hands! My beautiful hands! What's happening to
Say,
them?
Christ and Sainsbury, save me.
Yes.
Christ and Sainsbury, save me. I hear the screaming coming from downstairs.
I think everyone hears the screaming coming from downstairs.
I'm going downstairs.
So the question I'm going to ask is, after the very nice bit of role playing there, what are you going to do, Adolfo? You can actually see the flesh, your whole hands melting away, exposing bone.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a spirit roll.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so I'm thinking at least moderately straight. So leaving the light where it is rather than trying to pick it up with my melting hands, I'm going to kind of scrabble my way up the steps, back up into the kitchen, saying, help me, somebody, my hands, how can I do a trick again with these?
Token vision. Oh, token light, click that. That turns it off for you. Agree. Yeah. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Then what I just do is I go and pick a lantern.
And you place it down there, yeah.
There we go. And then you run
I'll
back
go
upstairs.
But not a bullseye lantern or anything stupid like that.
Okay, so then I will just bring the amazing Adolfo back to here.
I nearly run into him because I was running towards the screaming.
Get me some fucking water, whatever it is that's on him, I need it off.
How are his hands?
That's an interesting question. Obviously he's freaking out. You can't see anything wrong with him.
Calm down, Paddy. There's nothing wrong with your hands. They're fine.
What do you mean, calm down? The very flesh is leeching off me bones. I can see me finger bone. It's like the holy finger bone of Saint Theodore of San Dimas.
At this point, you do notice your hands appear to be perfectly all right, Mr. Adult.
What? The actual feck? I will stare at my hands for a moment.
Okay.
And turn them round. And then turn them back, and then wiggle my fingers in front of my face.
Yep. Oh,
I'm going to pat his jacket pocket, pull out his hip flask, and hand it to him.
As you step forwards half a step, as you say that, the flesh starts to fall off again.
Ah!
And same with you, Sophia. As you step to where you move to now, you can now see the flesh falling off his hands.
It can't be real. That's got to be an illusion.
Would you like to make a smarts check at -2, please?
Yeah, sure.
There's a strong illusion. Because obviously, I can tell you. I can tell you as players, but obviously as characters. Yeah. No, it looks perfectly real to you.
The joy of
knowing
it's a meta game.
Yes.
I know that it's worse than my smarts, but can I make an occult roll to recall that such things do exist as illusions?
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
So with a success on that, I will also give, if you don't mind, give myself a smarts roll too.
Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed. Yep. When you as soon as you start thinking logically and concisely, you realise that everything is fine. Although you do hear laughter coming from the...
Right then, I say out loud. Somebody doesn't want me digging up that thing down in the basement. Miss D, I'm about to go back down there, and I roll my sleeves up and try and look all big and tough and manly, even though I'm kind of small and weedy and old. And I'm going to dig up whatever it is that's been buried in that basement if somebody doesn't want me to. Would you make sure I do it? You know, just in case it gets into my head and makes me run away again because I don't really want to. It's not that it's going to, but just in case, I'm going to... Bloody hell, it's moving around all over the place.
Shut up.
Can't get down the trapdoor if it keeps moving. Will you hold still? Come back here. Where the blood? The fucking thing keeps moving. Miss D, will you point to where it is?
Don't go back down the trapdoor.
I'm doing my best, but it keeps moving out the way.
Well, you said you didn't want it, digging it up. I mean, come on. What? How else can it do it other than keep moving the trapdoor on you? Come on.
The only okay, hold on. Sorry. I am altering. I am playing with laws of physics at the moment. I accept that. So to do that, I'm going to lock the trapdoor there. Then I'm going to come back to this map
and rotate it.
And rotate it so they match, if that makes sense. But in fact, it would I still think it will actually be in keeping that when you go back down, the whole room does appear to have rotated. Do you know what I mean?
I can see Will Money through the kitchen door, can't I? Mr. Money, you're young and strong, and my old bones aren't quite what they used to be. Maybe you could come and help me dig this here thing up.
What are you screaming about?
Okay, so now I've got the trapdoor, and I've now got the trapdoor and the map for the floor below in a sort of logical orientation. But I still need to give you a Betty for just making me hurt.
And you might want to roll a smarts roll there, Will.
I will lead Will Money down into the basement and point at the mound of dirt that I want him to dig up.
Have you got a shovel?
Use your hands, boy.
You screaming and talking about your fingers. So have you got a shovel?
Oh, don't worry about that. That was just me having a bit of the crack.
Give me a sec.
Can you put me down? Or can I? No, I can't. No.
Bit big.
Hole in the floor.
You make it a bit small.
Well, that's where I've started digging up. If you could just finish off, there must be there's something down there. You see.
There you go. If I do that,
but, when I bend over and stoop down, it does hurt me back so. And you being such a strapping, strong fella, I'm sure you'll be able to do it much better than what I can.
just trying to make it look more. There you are. I'm trying to make it look like a dirt hole. So there you go. See, I'm absolutely fine when it comes to just dumping stuff on, but trying to draw in fencing grounds, can't do the same in life.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Misty. I shall get out of the way so you can come down here as well.
Okay, I'm now going to cut upstairs for a bit because everyone's downstairs. So you heard some screaming from downstairs.
Move what a little bit because our tokens are 100% overlapped.
So, okay, I'm going to give you a chance to carry on exploring upstairs, and then I'll tell you when you hear the commotion downstairs. If that. So, obviously, you've got a door to the right, which appears to be. It looks like I forgot to put a door on it, and then you've got a door to the left, which appears to be closed. Oh, except of course, yes, I see what the problem is. Give me a second. There's a door there. Then what I do is, from what I now know, is if I drag this down to there like so, then just draw a door on it, it'll cut the wall open, and there we go. Isn't that brilliant? I like the fact you can do that now. Speeds up stuff most amazingly. Okay, so now you should have a door to your right, one and a door to your left. Seeing as I forgot to put a door on. And John and Mercy are up there as well. Very quiet.
I'm waiting for one.
I thought we were all running to the basement because he was having a fit.
Yes, but I just it was pointed out.
Quiet. I've been standing near the.
It hasn't happened yet. I'm doing a slight retcon to let you guys explore upstairs before everything kicks off downstairs. I've just disconnected again. Why am I disconnecting all the time? Why do I keep disconnecting?
Go on, timey-wimey again. I'm confused.
Frames missed to rendering lag, 826. Frames skip to encoding lag. I think the new graphics drivers. I think the new drivers buggering up more. So the studio drive. I'm on the studio drivers because they're more stable, but it don't encode. I have to check the encoding setting. Hey ho. In the meantime, Of course, I can't see what I'm doing until the stream's cancelled. I can't remember if I'm using the NVIDIA encoding or software. So, so that room there appears to be, well, just a corner bedroom with 2 single beds, a nightstand, and a closet.
I will go over and check the nightstand and the closet and just kind of see if there's anything that might point to where he's disappeared to.
Okay. Inside the nightstand, there's a Bible and a single .45 caliber cartridge rattling around in the nightstand drawer. And the closet has a few nightshirts. Meantime, you two can hear chittering coming from this, as in animals making noise. Okay. In that case, you hear a scream downstairs, so he goes up. You hear a scream coming from the basement. By the time you head downstairs, I'll arrogantly put you down there. Everyone appears to have vanished, and from where you are, you can see that there appears to be an open trapdoor.
Woohoo! Another trapdoor. Let's go.
Oh, and Mercy just stands there shaking her head, going, "Yeah, we're gonna."
You send me the link for the updated token for Sophia. I can't remember. Anyway, Mr. Money, there's a hole in the ground floor. I can't remember. I'll look. There's a hole in the floor, slightly uncovered, but that's about it.
If you would, Mr. Money. Sophia is AFK at the moment.
Yeah, I'm looking for a digging implement of some form.
There isn't one that you can see.
What about Adolfo's hat?
Hang on, let me have a look. Ah, yes. Look, there's one over there.
There's one over there, apparently.
And I will
get
hand
that one
him a
over
digging
there
implement.
that you just bring it to me.
Shovel.
And I'll start digging.
Okie dokie.
You see, the problem is, being an Irishman, I saw that there were 2 shovels in the corner, and I was wanting to take my pick.
One was a pick and one was a shovel, or not?
No, they were both shovels. It's a joke.
Jezebel, you weren't looking for a spade.
Aye.
The Ace of Spades.
And don't forget the Joker.
William Money, there we go.
Put that shovel down, Adolfo.
I was just going
Try
to
and
lean
hit
on
me
it.
with that, I'm going to kill you.
I should point out,
What do you
Mr.
mean?
Adolfo, you don't hold it. You're not holding a shovel. But Money's
I've not got a shovel. You're the only one. You're the only one with a shovel.
But it looks like you're about to smack me on the head with a shovel, so put it down or I'm going to shoot you. I'll pull my gun out.
Right, there's no need for any of that, I will say, raising my hands up. I think you'll find, young man, that something has got into your head. Now, I suggest you think very carefully before you do anything that I'm going to regret.
I'm confused. Somebody picked up a shovel and had just been told to get forked. I don't get it.
Now, there's things down here that are getting into your head. I suggest you close your eyes and count 3, and then open them again, and you'll realise that I'm just a harmless little old Irishman who isn't going to hurt you at all. And even if I did have a shovel in my hands, which I don't, there'd be no way that I could hurt a big butch fella like you. Now, would there?
Just remembered Sophia's gone AFK, which is...
Yeah.
Just looking at Sophia's token for a minute, I thought, what the fuck? Yeah, because it looks like she's got an alien. But if you got to zoom in a bit to see that she's actually doing some gymnastics. But before, it looks like a weird head with a brain on it and a.
So you got to put that pistol back where it came from in your holster. You will. You will.
I'm going to try and do
for the record, guys,
what Adolfo says.
You can hear upstairs. You can hear what's being said downstairs in the kitchen about basically Money pointing guns and stuff.
Yeah, and that's why Juan is staying up here, is because he's like, I don't want to get shot.
You know, I'm going to re-roll that because that was a persuasion roll to support him overcoming the illusion. Yay! I give him a +1.
Okay, I need a smarts check from William Money at -1, please. This is very weird. He's advancing towards you with murder in his eyes, and at the same time, he's telling you, "I'm really not trying to do that. Just think about it logically." And all of a sudden, he vanishes, and he's actually standing a couple of feet further over. He was.
Where's the shovel?
In your hands.
Oh, right. I'll start digging this up then after going. So I'll scratch my head and go, what the...
Just don't try to overthink it and dig up the thing.
I'm starting to dig.
Okay,
This place is weird.
I've been able to watch this through the trapdoor, right? Because I've
You
got
have.
trapdoor.
Sorry, I'll get out your way.
Okay, no, I wasn't gonna come down, but I can see something's off. Can I do an occult roll here to see if I can pick up what's causing this?
Certainly give it a shot.
It's not my best roll, but except for when the dice like
Pretty good shot.
better than when I was looking at the cute little plant.
Does that get her anything?
Spell.
Oh, I'm glad I came rushing downstairs for this.
You get the whispers. There. I have to scroll the screen up a bit. Money drew his gun and pointed at Adolfo, and at the same time,
Oh.
that was
I'm very,
whispered
very
in
sorry.
So it makes sense that you probably want to back away from them.
In which case, I think I'm going to do that and gain spirit sight.
Ooh. Okay, Eddie Data knows that all power and locomotion is due to demons. My spirit sight allows the power to tap into the random ancient and spirit well. A version of this ability is now modified to version of the ability is now modified to detect Arcana 2. Oh, that's cool. Activating spirit sight is a free action, only done once per turn. Right. Okay. At that point, then, this is get very interesting.
I can see invisible creatures.
I know.
Fear effects, all sorts.
I can't spell today.
It's all right. I can never spell. I'll forgive you. I might laugh, but I'll forgive you. Oops.
Oh, and aren't you lucky? You get to go first.
Whoa! It's a shame that I can only see it, not hit it. Okie dokie then.
If I were a gambling man, I'd say it's a probable 12 to 7 that things are about to get all fecked up.
I can, if you tell me where to fire, I can fire. But yeah, obviously, you know.
All right, GM, can you show me where?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh crap. Shit! Look out! They're everywhere. There's 5 of them.
Don't be ridiculous. We've already ascertained that there's nothing down here that's actually real.
I'm dodging out of the way of that one and warning them, but they're absolutely right. There's no reason they'd believe me right now.
Indeed. Okay,
Especially after just hearing the lunatic with his hands melting away.
Exactly. Juan, you can hear all this going on, and now Sophia's going, "Oh my God, there's 5 of them. They're coming for us." Type for that effect. What to do? If anything, I could argue it's quite prudent to stay up here.
Unfortunately, my code of honor won't let me just run away or let them face it all, so I'm going to have to head down there.
Okay.
Let's say I dodged to. Why can't I move me? I can't even grab me. Oh, there we go. There, thus not blocking the ability of other people to come down.
Okay. So what I should say, one will get. Oh, hang on. One will move 2 inches to there, which then puts him on this map here. Okay, you've moved 2 inches so far to get to there.
Okay. Do I see anything down here?
You can see a small hole in the floor, a lantern on the floor, and nothing else.
I'm pointing in 2 directions, over Adolfo's shoulder and to the corner I've just backed out of. I can't point in 5 directions at once, so I'm having to settle for 2.
What are you pointing at?
Okay. In that case, Juan will then go ahead and step to here and go defensive.
Like that, I've actually put a light. And so it's lying down on its side, but I've actually put a lantern on the map where the light's coming
Very
from.
cool.
Okay, you step to one side there. Okay, do you want to do anything else?
Defend.
And defend. Okie dokie. Absolutely fine. Mr. William Money.
I'm digging a hole, and I.
Okay, you watch to continue digging. Okay, you go down a bit, you hear a loud chink as your shovel hits something solid.
What does it look like? I'll scrape the top.
A large nugget of ghost rock.
Ah, ghost rock here. Big lump of ghost rock here.
Mr. John Watt. Have a notice check from you, actually.
So where am I and where I am and what's
Can I
happening?
have a notice check from you, Mr. John Watt, as you were in the dining room? It's just slower than everyone else. That's absolutely fine. That's all I wanted to know.
Tell you what, I won't be in it. What the hell? In fact, yeah, let's Benny the notice roll. Why not? Look.
Ironically, it would have been better if you failed, but anyway. Okay.
Right, so I take it I'm going. Oh, I take it I'm going this way then.
So it's up to you. No, it's up to you what you want to do. You don't have to do anything. I'm just saying what happens.
Oh, go over there. Let's do it. Let's make it really muck it up.
Okay, you get in there. As you can see, there's a parlor. Let's give you the description of the parlor. This spacious room has utilitarian furniture, a card table, a player piano, and a small fireplace bay window that looks out over the colourful wildflower garden. A grandfather clock in the corner ticks solemnly, but its hourly chimes have a sick warmth. Okay. And that's about it. And the room appears empty.
Okay, that's new.
Mercy Vancouver.
I've been watching from the top of the trapdoor, and I can see the panic. I'm going to go down 3 steps, and I'm going to look at which direction Sophia is looking, because I already did my occult roll, and I know that there's a bleed through. I might not be able to see it, but I know that she's seeing something.
I'm indicating the second square in from the left and the far right top square, both on the same row. I draw on it, but it doesn't seem to let me anymore. Yes, there. And the top, yes, there. That's where I'm indicating.
Okay, if you guys recall, I can't see this, and we don't have our guns with us. So I look at in the basement to
Oh
see
gosh,
if
yeah, I
any
forgot
are
that.
looking at. See, no, I look at them to see if anybody. You're gonna hear the rest of how this spell works now. If the rest of them are looking at me, most of them are have their back to me or are focused elsewhere. And I'm gonna make the drawing motion, but you know the finger gun,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to fire on whatever's in that area of effect.
Oh, I love it. I love the idea of making a finger gun. That's brilliant.
Yeah, and when I fire, if I succeed,
Mhm.
I can
You're
see
stuck.
her witchy energies in my spirit sight.
Yes, you can.
So they hear the single gunshot, but I don't have a gun.
She just fired a bullet from her finger.
Wow, have you always been able to do that?
Ghost bullets. What do I hit? 'Cause
It's burst, isn't it? So yeah, good point. Sorry. You are there. You are targeting that. That was a hit with a raise, which it will count as roll damage.
You got it. You got it.
Oh,
Oh
You
no, no,
didn't
no.
got it. You didn't got it.
That's not acceptable.
That was pathetic.
was rather. Oh, I need to work out how to disable that bloody inability to chat as well.
Oh,
Oh,
come
my
on! You can do
word.
better than
Oh,
this.
I'm gonna roll one. I'm gonna roll one. Wait, no. I'm gonna play a card. No, that wouldn't count as an arcane roll, would it? With firing my ghost bullets, is the damage from them arcane? An arcane roll? Is it just a regular roll?
It's just a damage roll. It's the actual casting of it would be an arcane roll.
And one more.
Come on, let's see those sixes.
I mean, you got.
Okay, time to change your dice.
Have you
Oh, I
noticed
shook
that?
it.
2 1 1 1 2 2 1 2 3. I mean, every roll was better. You shook it on the last one.
Well, I'm gonna have to stay with having shaken it, but then I give everybody a look like nobody saw that, right?
You heard
I'm
my
digging.
reactions.
I didn't.
I totally know.
But I don't know if. Okay, something suddenly appears out of the darkness and slashes with its claws at William Money.
See, I told you. And there's flipping 5 of them. Mercy, I can see them. You can hear them. Come here and I'll point you at them.
Oh crap!
Holy crap.
I need what I. Oh jeepers creepers!
Did you just kill Will?
Can I just stop you there? Right, stop. Before you soak, let's do some timber shifting behind the scenes.
Also, I need fear checks. People who can, which I had forgotten
Just
about.
me?
I want to hear the
Yes.
timber shifting bit first.
Well, I think I'm actually scared, so there's that.
Let's do some shenanigans.
Where's fear gone? It's down there. There it is. Eh.
So I will give you an adventure card.
Because William Money hasn't seen that yet.
Oh,
So
bloody hell.
That
I
was-
just tried to drop a Benny on my roll fear and now it's got Sophia D. Benny written on it.
So that was 4 wounds dealt.
Was 4 wounds.
So if Will Money plays the card.
Play it onto one of them.
Aye. Oh look, you've just done 4 wounds of damage to yourself.
I'll play it on the guy who hit me. Yeah.
Okay, so I need Sophia to make a roll on the fear table with +2 mod.
I need to roll on the
So
field.
the 5 wasn't enough then.
You
And I guess-
unfortunately. Oh,
And
hang
one's 4 wasn't either.
Okay.
One's 4 wasn't either, and obviously the fear factor does kick in as well, which I forgot about. In fact, the fear level actually does add to the fear roll, doesn't it?
I didn't do a fear check. Sorry.
The fear
Well,
level itself
actually, that's
doesn't.
pretty much exactly how I was
what I
reacting
figured.
anyway, so that's cool.
Once the fear level gets to a certain level, I think it's fear level 3 gives a -1, or it might be fear level 4 gives a -1.
I think you're right. Yeah.
It's fear level 3 before it affects you.
And I need to, but I can't remember. I have a funky.
Oh, I think I get a free reroll. Hang on.
Eastern Hill has a fear level of 3. Level 3 is a -1 penalty for all fear checks. Fear level.
It's not happening, is it? Yeah.
No, it looks like Will Money's failed as well.
What?
So Will and Wan and Sophia have all failed.
Fear level inflicts a penalty to all fear checks equal -1 for each fear level. I don't think the fear penalty, fear level, applies to your roll on the fear table. It applies to your fear check.
It does actually, because any penalty to a fear check applies to rolls on the fear table. Unfortunately.
What was the further modifier? So is it -1 for the fear level of the area?
So you got a 6. Well, it's -2 for seeing the creature and -1 for the fear level. Therefore,
so you'd be rolling at +3.
That's definitely a fail. Okay.
So you'd be rolling at +3 on the actual fear table. So would Will Money, and so would Wan.
Shit.
Will Money got a 10, 11, 12. Right, Will Money is shaken, but he's already been incapacitated, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm not, because I just played the card and the wound went onto the geezer that hit me.
Okay.
How the hell do I do panic if I can't get there?
Right, so
Maybe you played on Fendel. I played it on the flow.
Yes, there's another character within 10 yards. Okay, so you're saying it hits itself.
Well, there are
I
plenty
darked
of
and
them
it
around.
clawed its own nuts off. Yeah.
There are 5 of them.
Yeah, I know that, but you have to be able to see it, which is interesting. But I'm not going to argue with it. It's just one of those things. That's what logic goes out the window with adventure cards.
Adventure decks just ruin GM's
It's
lives.
fantasy, for crying out loud. You're supposed to suspend disbelief when you're watching.
Exactly. Okay, so.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Okay, so
I become shaken then. So I'm shaken from being
shaken.
feared.
You're shaken for being shaken. So fear got a 15, so she becomes 16, so she's panicked.
Yeah, but how do I do that when people are coming down the trapdoor? There's no way I can get up it. Would it be right to just go to as far from them as I can and cower on the floor?
Yeah, would make sense, wouldn't it? So
okay, fine then. I'm cowering in a heap on the floor until I succeed. Then
I would. I would. No, yeah, you just hang on a sec. I know what you're saying, but okay, panicked. So you are panicked, so you instantly have to run.
Well, the first thing I did as soon as I saw it was ran, but there was nowhere to run to.
I know, but you have to run anyway. We can work it out. Just make a run roll. I've got a plan.
Oh dear, you're gonna run into a wall or something?
Okay, so that will be.
I
10
was
inches.
where Juan was at the time.
Exactly. So 1 to get to there. Oh, let's look tokens. So then it's 2. Right, hang on. Actually, going to move you back to where 1 was for ease. That makes sense. And then you dive into the corner and hide.
That adventure card is terrible.
What do you mean that adventure card was terrible? So
no,
I need
the coding, the fact that you can't see adventure cards.
Okay, I need. That's the fear table. So 1 needs to make a roll on the fear table with a +3 mod. Oh, that was flipping up to a 20 for a second. Okay, so 1's shaken as well. So that means you lose your defense, don't you?
Can we see these things now? Can we?
No, you don't lose the defend because you can still do free actions while shaken, and he's already gone into defensive mode.
That's why I was asking. It's an interesting question. Okay, this one suddenly appears and misses. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting Visible and
It was boring,
immaterial. But okay, it appears, attacks you, and then disappears again. Doesn't say evilly. Doesn't say it's an action. It says at will. This one appears.
No,
Hits.
that's not
not
at
a
will. That was
job.
Adolfo.
Ah. Obviously, though, someone can see it, so you can see what you see is this one basically attacks Adolfo, vanishes, and comes toward.
And by
Sophia.
now, I'm sure we're all watching Sophia's reactions.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in a state of panic, she's not in any condition to.
Well, I'll get to roll
coherently
spirit
point
when I
them
get an
out.
action card.
Yes, you do. Okay, the one that was shaken unshakes. It appears and moves the bottom of the stairs and climbs up the stairs to attack Mercy, and misses, and then disappears. There it goes. And the last one here, obviously, it appears and attacks one, missing, disappears again. And the amazing Adolfo recovers from being shaken.
Would my first strike kick in whenever he appeared?
You were shaken.
True.
If you weren't shaken, yes. So if you want to spend a penny to unshake, I will retcon it and allow you to attack it as it appears. Yes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Right, go on then. Make a fighting roll. I've got, hang on. Make an attack roll. I've got it targeted for you.
What does the peace card do?
It increases the level of their reaction to us by one, so they'd go from hostile to unfriendly if the GM agrees that it can be played.
Can't be played in this encounter. I'm going to tell you that for now. Okay, back to Mr. Amazing Adolfo.
On the grounds that everything around happens sort of simultaneously. And I've just had a gunshot go off behind me. I want Adolfo to have not really noticed the spooky things, because he's going to step forward to the hole that is being dug. And he was looking down it. Then he heard the gunshot and turned back, and that's what shook him. He missed all of the spooky things. And he's going to lift his hat, scratch his head, look down the hole, and say, "Do you mind if I make a suggestion? Don't dig there. Dig elsewhere. You're digging it round when it ought to be square. The shape of it's wrong. It's much too long, and you can't put a hole where a hole don't belong." And that's going to be my entire round.
Okay.
Because I felt like quoting Bernard Cribbins because he was digging a hole.
You're a weirdo, you know that.
Yeah.
I mean, totally. I love you, but you're a weirdo.
Welcome to the human race.
Okay. New round with Sophia D panicking. So you get to make a spirit check.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you are no longer panicked.
May I see where they are again?
You've got the edge until the end of this encounter, haven't you? So it's
yeah, unless there's a way you can share it with just me.
I wish there was. Oh, hang on, though. This is disorientating, so you're distracted to the end of the turn after you drop the spirit. So, okay, any reader knows it takes a quick version. Okay, it's a free action, but can only be done once per turn if the game is in rounds. This is disorientating, so it distracts you until the end of the turn after you drop the spirit side. So I think it's still active.
Yes, it's still active. That's why I want to be able to see where they are.
You see that? You see the targeting?
No. I can see it on the combat tracker, but not on the map.
Okay, I was just curious. It's okay. It's no way around it. I shall just have to.
Just let us see him, and we'll just ignore. We'll just pretend we
Yeah,
can't see him.
I know that, and I trust you guys. Don't get me wrong. It's not a problem. I was just trying to be
It's not
clever.
going to change my next action wherever they are.
Mercy, right in front of you.
Just leave them up there, you know, Kevin.
Oh, it's more fun because I get to move them around, and then you don't know where they are. You see.
Oh, you just all right. So it's like the little the 3 cups. Yeah, you're moving them around. Where's the penny?
Yeah, they are. I am moving them after each attack because that's what they would do.
I have an idea.
I'm gonna go and hold.
Right, so far that's not got a countdown. So distracted will stay there until you stop using spirit sight, and then of course we counter on to go off the. So we should do that. So far, you haven't done anything that isn't a free action. So yeah, okay, moving to there, you could certainly do.
I figure putting the table between me and them is a really good idea, but I'm going to tell Mercy exactly where to aim. Can I roll my notice as a cooperative roll to Mercy?
Yeah, why not? That's a +1 bonus to Mercy's next trait roll. I'm going to end the turn for you.
Thank you. Sorry, I forgot.
It's okay. It's not a problem. I've got used to do it for you, but I thought I'd better warn you. I don't mean that in a nasty. Don't mean that in a nasty way. You know what I mean? I should really not do it for anyone.
I know there's one in front of me, but I know that they're and see she saw me fire a bullet.
I've reacted more than just having seen you fire a bullet.
For the record, of course, just because there's one in front of you, you can walk through it because it's immaterial. It's ethereal. It's not on this plane of existence, right?
I know she scrambled from that corner. I know there's one in front of me. Yeah. I figure I should be able to get the one in front of me. I don't know what else. So targeting's up to you.
Let me see. You are there. That means you hit that one and you hit that one.
I do my little finger gun again. I never do this around people. My guns, I always carry them so that I can cast magic with cover. How did I miss with a 5? Oh, it didn't put my +2 on it either.
One is in close range. Shouldn't matter with a cone, should it?
+2 for my arcane inspiration.
I've solved the problem, Kev. I'm watching the stream on my phone.
Aha! Cunning.
Maybe I'm not seeing it right. Kevin, did it add my +2 for my arcane inspiration on my roll?
I didn't see it, but that's okay. You got a 7. Which means you hit them both.
And then goes a spray of bullets that nobody can see.
Yeah, no one can see him, but for some reason you get the distinct impression that Sophia did. Okay, you kill one, and the other one is shaken. Lets you end your turn.
And I'm going to stay where I am, and I'm going to look to Sophia to see. Because I can't see what damage I did. I have to look to see if she reacts.
Yeah, you got it. Just 3 left, am I right?
Yep. Mr. What Money, a creature appears out of the shadows next to you.
I'm going to shoot it, but first of all, I better do this.
How'd you get your guns past the sheriff?
You didn't hand them in.
I didn't hand them in. You lot did. I didn't.
Oh, I locked mine up in the hotel.
Yeah, I didn't. And even if I've got 2 guns. I've got a Colt and I've got a ghost gun. The ghost gun is in the back of my coat, or behind me. You know, tucked in my back.
What it's saying is he hasn't handed it in yet. Whether the marshal's done anything or not's another matter. Hello, Perry.
Marshall doesn't think he's
I don't know
dead.
how long ago you said hello, so sorry about that. How are you, sir?
I know you got a ship with a hangman somewhere, Money.
Mr. Money, if there's something appears out of the darkness behind you and you duck just in time.
And on hold, waiting for one of them to appear, and I'm going to shoot it.
Okie doke. To go on hold to interrupt. I like it. Mr. Watt has disconnected. Mr. Amazing Adolfo. You did see something. You did see money duck there.
Someone say the bennies must flow. I'm sure I heard someone say it. Oh.
Yeah, I think so too, because you're all looking very low on bennies.
There is definitely something strange going on around here. Now, not that I'm accusing anybody of anything, Miss Vancouver, but if you could do something about it with your, and he points his left hand at Mercy and wiggles his fingers at her, that would be a good idea right about now. And I will support her next casting role because I'm kind of letting on. I know exactly what you are. I know what you can do. I've seen this kind of shit before, and you need to deal with this now, young lady.
Bossy little fart, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Indeed.
So
the bennies must flow have just been
role.
officially said. There we go. I've let them flow anyway, and now that it's been officially said.
Who said it?
I've got Mr. Perry Chalmers.
Excellent.
Well, it's
Thanks, Perry.
Hey, Perry, long time. Thank you.
Indeed, yeah. Thank you.
When isn't Savage Doswell not stingy with bennies?
Last week I was giving out like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah, it's true. There was enough people in chat to remind you. That's why.
There's no one in chat last week, if you remember. Oh no, maybe it was on Sunday. I did. Okay, something appears out of the darkness, and you duck just in time, but it's still basically.
Do I see it?
Oh yes, sorry, I forgot. Go on then, make an athletics check. I apologise, I forgot. Are you happy with a 13?
Yeah.
It was enough.
Right, so I'm going to shoot it.
Like the way it just did a test roll on you because I obviously had you targeted. Okay, you get to shoot it before it possibly shakes the amazing Adolfo. I should make it solid so you can target it. I should target it for you because I'm nice like that. Right, shoot it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be letting me target it, but yeah, okay.
It's absolutely fine. I'll do it for you.
Have you kept your ghost gun even when you're supposed to have handed it in, you naughty man, you?
I'm not handing my gun in to anyone. They can fuck off.
It should be pointed out, not that this should be pointed out because I didn't realise he kept his ghost gun, but Sophia would certainly note that when he whips that gun out, it is definitely supernatural in nature, and you instinctively know that he can hurt them even when they're invisible with that gun.
Yay! 2 of you can do something.
Okay, so I need to retcon things. The amazing Adolfo is not shaken in any way, shape, or form.
I would expect he wouldn't hand it in, being as it's stolen property.
No, he won it. Oh no, he did steal it, didn't he? I forgot.
Yeah.
No, I stole it, but never mind.
Well,
yeah.
Dolfo stole it and handed it to me because he knew I'd be handing
Okay,
it.
so looming out of the shadows towards you, Adolfo, is this creature. As you duck back in horror, you hear the slam of the crack of a gunshot behind you. Feel this bullet whistle through you, and then the creature just explodes. There should be blood splats. I'll need to change that. Explodes into darkness. As it vanishes.
2 left. 2 left.
Oh, you lucky thing, you.
Possibly because I saw it coming and I was
What's
able
he
to use the
gaining
chainsaw
that
to find
bonus? Is there one? Are there 2? There must be 2 of them stood next to her.
Yeah, there's 2.
That brings us last but no means least to Juan.
You're miles away. They're over
Well,
here.
I saw one pop up, so one's going to step forward and attack the square that is due south of him.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't hit him, but I'm going to make the attack anyhow.
Do you have any energy? No, you don't, unfortunately.
No, I
Why
don't
are they
have.
all coming for me?
Because you can see them and they've worked it out. Yeah, so the answer is yes. If it was solid, that would have been a very good hit, but unfortunately, you just passed through nothing. However, you can see Sophia's cringing back in horror, so you definitely get the distinct impression something's there. Mr. John Watt reappeared, I noticed. You're on hold,
Right, I'm
sir.
going to give a card because I can't be bothered looking through the deck because it's too hard to read. I'm going to give a card to Travis because he can read it. He'll know the decks without looking at them. And I think insight seems appropriate. Anyway, so where am I? What am I doing?
Insight isn't a card.
Is that? I don't know. I can't read the deck.
Giving him the one that lets you browse through the deck.
Because I've got microscopic cards. So,
unexpected insight, do you mean?
Unexpected insight.
Unexpected insight. You play that, it allows you to affect a creature regardless of its immunities or invulnerabilities.
Which would work beautifully. So the answer to that is, have you loaded the DLWW adventure deck? Because there's a module with every single card in it.
Aye, but it doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't? What do you mean it doesn't work?
It just doesn't work. So, where am I? What's happening? Where am I?
You should have to show me a screen grab because it definitely works beautifully for me.
Right. So where am I? What am I doing?
So you're playing a card to go through the deck to give someone else a card. Is that what you're doing?
No, I've just given the card away. I've given up on it. What I'll do is I'll roll the run die. How about that? Let me see.
What do you mean you've given up on it? You're
So
throwing
where am I running to? I'll run here.
You haven't got a card that lets you do what you want to do.
He was handing the card to Travis because he couldn't read it.
But he wasn't. He's got rally and teamwork.
Never mind. Move on.
No, I see exactly what he's done.
Or is he giving you a different card and I'm confused?
He's given me a different card.
I see.
Gave him the one that lets him browse through the deck, isn't it?
Oh, he's giving you perfect timing. I see.
He has.
And sorry, I didn't understand. I apologise. You have to connect as a player to see what he's complaining about later.
So
I'm looking at the deck, and they are tiny. The cards are tiny.
Insight.
That's an interesting.
I will take unexpected insight so that I can now affect the. So I can now overcome the abilities of the gribbly things, so I can see them and affect them and stuff.
There you go.
Thank you. There you go.
We've had that bug before where the cards appeared tiny. Do you remember? I can't remember how we got around it.
It's been since the update. When you double click on them, they appear the same size as they did before, but the text appears larger at the top of the adventure card.
Yeah, you know who you could thank for the fact the text area is larger at the top of a character sheet, don't you?
Is that you?
Is that you?
No.
It's me.
It's the person I'm about to award a Benny, in fact, to.
Ooh.
Are you ordering a Benny for them?
I made it bigger, so it's because it's too fucking small.
It's too small.
Get your microphone out. Microscope out.
Righty ho.
What is John Watt doing, or has he done? Have he had his go?
I'm still trying to move. I'm stuck in slow motion. I'm moving at 1 centimetre an hour across the parlour floor.
Well, it's because you got a dodgy leg, isn't it? I thought you had a rocket pack or something.
Yeah, and this is a great place to launch a rocket pack so we can headbutt the ceiling.
Okay, sorry, where were we?
I think he wants you to approve his move, Kevin.
I'm going to prove. Oh, so you're ignoring you're ignoring the piano. Sensible move, and moving back into the dining room. Good call. Okay, so I'll take you off hold, and then I'll do a new round. Mr. Billion Money is first.
Oh, I'm going to go on hold, waiting for
I
another
should
one.
arrive in about 15 rounds.
3 weeks later, John Watt comes in and finds us all dead.
So I can't see
You've died of
anything,
starvation, you know.
but I do see Sophia cowering away from something.
Yes.
Request interrupt.
Aha! Sophia interrupts at this point.
They're right there. They're right there. I pointed the whole time I was scampering away.
Where were you pointing?
Yes, there.
Well, I know she was in the corner somewhere, and they had to be, opposite somewhere in there. Is going to be my
That's
bet.
perfect. Yeah,
That
yeah.
sprays the
Do that,
entire
do that.
corner. So target whoever I target. Oh, I get my +2 and a +1 from Adolfo, don't I?
You do get a +2 from my support, yes.
+1 from your sort, and I got because I played Arcane Inspiration, so I get a +2 on all my magic rolls until.
So you'll be getting +4 then.
Oh well.
A hit of a raise is a hit of a raise. Boom.
2 hits with raises. Roll for damage.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's a bit better than your first roll. Do you remember 1, 1, 2? There we go. It's back again. Oh,
No, it's not. Yeah.
And I.
And with that, everything goes quiet.
They've gone. They're finally gone.
He killed them at last, whatever they were.
Juan will come over and console Sophia.
And Adolfo, who just worked out how to hurt them, goes, I suppose that sorted that out then. You're right there, Misty. Now, Mr. Money, will you finish digging this pit, please?
And Mercy's gonna say, actually, I would kind of recommend you just leave that right there and fill in the pit and come up here and have a little bit of a palaver, because
if whatever it is that's in that pit is what was causing them to do that thing, I think we ought to dig it up and get rid of it.
It's the ghost rock.
It is the ghost. I mean, look, this is
ghost rock.
Yeah, it is ghost rock, definitely.
The more exposed it is, I fear the more dangerous they'll become. Cover it up, that'll limit them, possibly, and decide.
Maybe we need to consult with John Watt on this. He's an expert on this crap, isn't he?
That's actually possibly a good idea. Maybe we should just get Mr. Watt to grind it up and burn it up and then get rid of it that way.
And Mercy's going to turn around and head back up the stairs to the.
I'm going to stick the shovel in the ground and go and help John Watt to get down here, because otherwise he'll be forever.
Did the amount that the ghost rock was exuding glowiness change with the earth on it or off it?
No, anything like that. I just noted it was ghost rock when I hit it with a shovel.
Well, I can see it because ghost rock's got a spirit presence. So I can see it spiritually right now.
Yes.
So did the soil in any way change?
You can actually see the tear in the fabric of reality that's the ghost rock is the headstone nugget is causing. All 66.6 pounds of it.
So breaking it up and getting rid of it would probably be a good idea then.
I'm going to wipe my eyes and say, it's tearing a hole in the fabric of reality. I can see it.
Then I think we should possibly, get rid of it. And
in fact, actually, this is the second time in as many weeks you've seen that sort of thing. Because do you remember the portal? You can already, Sophia can already see more things moving towards.
This is what causes
Some
the
are very
rifts in
big.
the future that makes Savage Rift
Some are
happen.
very big. Some of them have tentacles where eyes should be, and tentacles where legs should be, and teeth and mouths where our hands should be.
Since we've established that there is a pick in the room, and I have just played the insight card and got virtually nothing from it, I would like to grab the pick and swing it down onto the ghost rock with all my might, in the hopes that breaking it will prevent this portal that Sophia is screaming about from allowing things through.
There you go, strength check.
You haven't been out west not long enough to know anything about Ghost Rock, have you?
Nope.
What does that do then?
Okay, yep. You using the pick, you smash the pick down. The nugget shatters into separate pieces.
Does that change its spiritual presence at all?
What you now have. Let's see. Let's have some fun. Actually, one thing you've got to hand it to Pinnacle. So you've got the Headstone nugget, which is a 66.6 pound lump of ghost rock, and they make sure the sidebar for it was on page 66.
Cool.
Okay, so you have split it into
one piece.
2 pieces, then obviously, because it had to be a D6 plus 1. You've split it into 2 pieces. So what actually has now happened is, from Sophia's point of view, there are now 2 smaller portals.
The portals are shrunk. There's 2 of them, but they're smaller.
Okay, John Watt.
Okay.
I think
I'm
John
gonna
Watt and Mercy come and help with this.
Hang on. However, I'm going to go a bit further.
Mercy's recommendation was burying the damn thing, and she already left the room.
Yeah, that's okay.
This might work.
What's John Watt's recommendation?
Yeah, that just means whatever's coming through is going to be a lot smaller.
What's John Watt's recommendation?
Meaning it's going to be harder to hit.
I don't know. You've seen that Buffy the Vampire episode where the ultimate demon of doom is like 6 inches tall and she just treads on it.
Actual size. Yes.
Yeah.
I can see things approaching the portals, and believe me, you don't want the big ones to come through.
I will keep smashing this up, and when it gets small enough, I'm going to say, somebody burn it. I know it's going to make screaming noises, but somebody burn the small bits till they're not there anymore.
Oh shit! If they're too close to each other, the portal kind of like sticks back together.
Well, pull them apart then. I'll smash them. You spread them out.
Okay. I'm going to pick up something because I don't want to directly touch them, and I'm going to like play cricket with them or something. Not quite, but you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
Bat them around the room. Separate them.
Okie dokie. Basically, obviously, you start separating them out. The power seems diminished, but obviously, still, with all the fragments down in this basement together, it's not doing much.
When they get small enough, somebody burn them. Somebody burn them.
Have you ever seen Ghost Rock burn? He set fire to this down here. You're going to burn the bloody house down.
Well, burn it and then put some earth on top of it or something.
Listen, don't set fire to it at all at the moment, because John ain't going to be able to get out of here in time. John,
I'm going to grab that sack in the corner of the room.
John,
grab one of the chunks into the sack and run upstairs with it.
Okie dokie.
Without directly touching it at any point.
I'll be smashing up the ghost rock all the live long day. I'll be smashing up the ghost rock.
That's fine. I just want to cut away to Mercy, who's upstairs.
Hoping the evil goes away.
Yep.
You know what I have to do with that amount of effort, don't you? Come on. Oh, damn.
John, what is your opinion on this ghost rock?
Where I am, what am I doing? Where am I now?
There's a big lump of ghost rock here.
I got to the basement.
I think I might.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
It's not a big lump anymore.
Somebody carried you down there.
Adolfo's been smashing it.
I give up. I was trying to be clever, but
Mercy warned him to bury it and then turned and left. He went back upstairs.
Thank hell. I was going to, okay, I was trying to be very clever, but I don't think it's going to work. So. That's exactly what I was trying to do. Whoever's doing that, thank you.
Okay, player piano started to play.
So what actually happens if you just bury it?
They hear that down in the basement, or am I the only one?
Oh, you're the only one who hears it, and I'm not sure if I can stop it now, so I'm going to have to see if it's...
well, what I'm going to do is move in the direction of the music to see if there's somebody here, because, you know, player piano isn't the first thing that sticks in my head.
It's coming from the parlor.
Okay, so I start moving that way, and it keeps playing?
It does.
Don't worry about it. It's nothing but a parlor trick.
Oh, okay. So in the basement, however, you've broken up all the ghost rock into pieces, so you've got sort of 4 fragments, one in each corner of the room. The portal is definitely still drawing upon each other as it's.
I'm taking one out of the basement completely.
Okay.
Yeah, Juan's going to take one and go out the back door out of the kitchen and like set it out in the middle of the yard kind of thing.
And I'm going to take one to the attic. Or as high in the house as possible.
And then I'll put one inside my top. I'll put one inside my top hat and take it upstairs to where John Watt is, and say, "So, we need to get rid of this ghost rock because it's
bad." By the time they get up here, they're going to hear the piano, aren't they?
No. Interestingly enough, they don't seem to be reacting to the piano. Okay, so you
get
no, you don't. Okay,
so yeah, I'll go and try and find John Watt and say, we need to get rid of this ghost rock.
John Watt's in the cellar with us.
Oh, is he? Okay. Then I'll take one bit over to him in my hat and say, we need to get rid of this. It's bad. It's making bad things come through from another place. What's the best way to get rid of it?
I need a science roll from Mr. Watt.
Right, okay, I'm arrived. Right, so...
You arrived a long time ago, but that's one way.
At least we know where the...
I know.
where the nugget got.
I know why, because of course you disconnected, so you lost the map. I apologise.
At least we know where
helped you
the nugget went to.
Okay.
Right, so anyway, I think our word in edgeways. So plan A was to cast elemental manipulation, and A, try to use it to bury it. Or if that fails to work, was then use a flame to start burning small chunks of it. As somebody chips them off.
Yeah, that's
with elemental manipulation, you can turn it into dust and burn each speck of dust one by one. Because it's stone.
We might be able to use it, just the sand that's sitting in, is move it about to bury it, and if that doesn't have any effect, then we start burning it.
Basically, that much. Yeah. Basically, when you finally see the piece of ghost rock, Mr. John, the implications of the amount of power that can energy that burning that lump of rock would generate.
It's going to go boom. Big boom.
No. It's the first thing that goes through your mind, but then you remember all these other things that people say about it and theories that they have, and if the fact that much ghost rock in one place could be problematic. So yeah, your opinion from what everyone else is saying is what you really need to do is if you either burn it or just scatter it over large distances. Keeping it inside the house won't make much difference because it's still contained within the property, as it were. As soon as one goes outside, the portal's definitely
the portal. Different directions.
Yeah, it should be pointed out that anyone who's carrying any of the ghost rock, the area around you is quite.
Well, let's just break it up and burn it then.
Okay. At the same time,
in fact, can we animate it?
At the same time that Mercy gets into the parlor, one's taken his lump of ghost rock outside the property, so the music stops, and therefore, as far as I could tell, actually, it doesn't say whether it isn't. So as Mercy walks into the room, and it's too good a picture not to use. You see, so I know that the gender of the character involved is wrong, but it's too good a picture not to hit with. And besides, I've got you nicely scattered all over the place. So I'm just going to show the image that basically sort of greets Mercy as she steps into the parlor. As she's attacked by a piano.
A Flair piano. I like it.
Obviously, everyone else can react. But what's going to happen is, obviously, I'm going to put everyone on hold for the first round, apart from Mercy and the piano. But obviously, then as soon as Mercy reacts, then obviously second round you can all act in. Unfortunately, the piano goes first. As it attempts to bite
that thing's really going to strike a chord. You should take notes and sort out the key to defeating it.
That's terrible.
I'm going to shoot him.
Also, you killed the GM again.
Okay, the piano bites Mercy, doing just did the damage on the piano by mistake. We're doing what's your toughness? Shaking. The piano bites Mercy, shaking her, but she gets to go now, and she remains shaken, but she does have pennies. I'm going to take everyone else off hold for the next round, assuming Mercy makes an act. Well, I think actually the fact that you will suddenly hear sort of crunching and crushing.
I spent the Benny to come and shake, so I can shake it.
I'm sorry, I've just got to give you a Benny for saying you spent the bunny.
Well, whatever.
You spent the bunny. I like it.
Well, it is the year of the rabbit.
And it's in melee range, so without thinking, instead, I'm just going to slash at it with my Bowie knife. Oh, I'm going to spend another Benny because I got lots now.
You do indeed. I feel I was really ill over the weekend, and I feel great now.
Oh no, I'm fighting back here for my life, but I don't. Mercy don't scream, by the way, guys.
Okay.
You might hear the ruckus or something if you're listening, but she don't scream.
Yeah, you do hear some sort of noise going on coming from the parlor if you're out, if you're in the kitchen, for example. Actual fact, to be honest, you still got your spirit sight on. You can see something's going on in the parlor, but
yeah.
Look at that. So what do you want to do? I'm going to take all of you out of the basement because I'm nice like that.
Thank you.
But wait a minute, it's 2 days travel back to the parlor. What happens if you force pieces of ghost rock together like we do with your own? I dread to think what happens if you smash ghost rock together. It's the William money.
I'm gonna run. Actually, I better do my run dice.
Does help.
Oh, that was terrible.
How did you know you were going to get a 1? I was going to say, but actually you got to pay some 80. There we go. You run to there.
There, and then I shall do nothing else.
Oh. Well, stabbing it with your knife didn't do much. You just sort of chipped the wood a bit. Lost voice on. See?
Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't very effective, so I'm going to drop my knife, and my whip was rolled on my hip, so I'm going after it with the whip.
You get a raise on. If you get a raise, you entangle it.
If I get a raise, it's entangled instead of the extra damage.
Yep. So you entangle it. You also get to roll damage.
And I just regular damage.
Yeah.
but it's
Doesn't-
entangled. So
yeah, it's entangled in your whip, which of course does mean you're sort of can't really use your whip again until it's disentangled.
yeah.
Mr. Amazing Adolfo.
Right. Well, I'm going to sprint, such as Adolfo ever does, into the room. Where's run? I can't find it. There we go. Where am I? There I am. I'll do the rest of my move in just a sec.
Well, you'll hit the door, so you'll have to go to there.
Yeah. But I can't see what's going on in this. What the hell is going on in there, Miss Vancouver?
I don't know. That's the question. Is it working?
I think
Let me
it's
see what's
showtime, Patrick.
Oh, jolly good. You hum it, I'll play it.
Yep, there we go. Someone said something that's been said before and said again.
Excellent.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
Righty-ho. Mr. Adolfo, I'm going your turn. One, you're up. You're out in the garden with the ghost rock nugget.
Chasing doll. Yeah, I'll Benny that.
I assume you dump the ghost rock outside and then come back inside.
Oh yeah, I kind of toss it a little ways
Yeah.
away so that it's a little further from the house, and then come.
That's what I
darting in.
figured. Yep, that's what I figured. Okie dokie.
And I am
Sorry,
going
go for it.
to.
Apologise. All yours. I accidentally moved on, but I didn't mean to. Press the wrong key.
No, it's okay. I think I'm going to try and cast deflection on myself just real quick. Nope,
Probably a
too
good
busy
call.
running.
Too busy running. No problem at all. Okie dokie. The flyer piano is entangled, so it can attempt to break free, which will be strength at -2 or athletics. It's going to do it at strength for attempt to break free from the whip, which it does. That was its action, wasn't it? So that's all it can do this round. But it is no longer entangled as it gets free from your whip. And that brings us, last but not least, to Mr. Watt.
Right, so I've run to the basement and the situation has been magically resolved, and now I'm by the kitchen.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
And now
By the time he
running
gets to the
corner.
kitchen, the situation will have been resolved.
Well, I suspect
I'll start my 3-day travel to the rest of the other side of the house.
I suspect he needs to invent some sort of conveyance or means of travelling faster.
No, a louder microphone might help.
Oh, look at that. I get to go.
How many bennies? Mr. Money, sir, you're first. Oh, you stole the ghost gun, didn't you?
Stole the ghost gun? It's my ghost gun. It's not stolen, it's mine. I see a piano attacking.
The other guy
Mercy
cheated.
Vancouver.
That's how come he had it in the first place. That's why we.
How do I do that fan the hammer thing?
Well, as we stated, you need to write an extension, or you either have to turn off ammo.
Turn
or
off.
write an
I've got
extension.
ammo set to rate of fire, nothing.
Yeah. I think the problem is you have to turn off ammo for fan the hammer to work. Otherwise, it wants to use up 50
No,
bullets.
you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. Because all you do is you create an extra weapon that doesn't have any ammo in it.
That's what I meant.
Which I've done.
Yeah, so it will work. That's what I said. You have to turn off the ammo. You just have to turn off ammo on that particular weapon to fan the hammer, is what I said.
Then I just set it to 6 shots, yeah? So I'm going to try fanning the hammer on this piano. Just for a laugh.
Well, up to 6 shots. You decide how many you want up to 6.
I'm going to do 6. I'm going to try and empty the gun and see if I just want to try it out because I've never done it before. I'm fanning the hammer. I think that's correct. No critical misses.
Yeah, except you didn't.
Three hits and a raise. That's not bad.
No, it's not, because he may have created the bloody entry, but he didn't do it properly.
Nah.
Because that's a 2, a 2, a 5, a 3, a 1, and a 1.
Oh, that's right. It's a -4 for fanning, isn't it?
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. It's a 2,
-2.
a 2, a 5, a 1, a -1, and a -1.
Where are you getting this extra -1 from? Because he's already got -2 on the gun.
Sorry. Fanning the hammer is each shot is at -4.
-2 for the auto fire plus an additional -2 because you're whacking it with your offhand.
But then I got the +2 because of the Joker bonus, so it should just be -2.
Yeah, but you had it set to 6 attacks at -2. Is it 6 attacks at -4?
Ah, right. Okay.
So yeah, it's.
I know why it's at a
4/4
because the fan the hammer was the wrong way round before, wasn't it?
It was indeed. So
Yeah,
we need to take another 2 off. So I was wrong when I said.
I've hit. There's 2 hits there anyway.
4, 4, 7.
There's 3 hits.
Yeah, 3
1,
hits.
1. So
Yep.
3 hits.
3 hits. Okay, so your first shot shakes the piano. Your second shot.
Tell me a second one rocks it and the third one rolls it.
Apply shaken. You got to apply the shaken. That's a wound.
Yeah, but I'm not going to apply the shaken until you choose to re-roll any of them. So that's a shaken and a wound so far. Okay, so do you wish to re-roll any of those?
I'm going to re-roll the last.
In that case, I'll apply that one, and which basically has no effect because the piano is hardy, so it's still shaken. Roll the re-roll, spend a penny to re-roll the last damage.
I'm going to do 1 more penny for that.
I thought you might. Well, you've got 6 left. You have 6 pennies left, sir. That's a wound. You wound the piano. Huzzah, sir. Well done.
Don't you worry, Miss Vancouver. I've dealt with this kind of thing before. I think, Adolfo says, going over, and he grabs his walking cane, twists the handle, and pulls a blade out of it.
Okie-dokie.
And
oh, for crying out loud.
I'm going to attempt. You say this is a flare piano, player piano, yes?
Yes.
And music's playing while it's doing this, yeah?
Yes, of course.
So Adolfo, being the performer that he is going to try a cold shot. And what I want to do is I want to cut the piano roll with my sword cane so that it can't play anymore, in the hopes that that will stop it animating because it can't play music anymore. This may or may not work, but that's what I'm going to attempt.
Okay.
Is there a penalty for a cold shot?
Let's make it -4 for +4 damage.
Okay. Okay, that didn't work.
Mercy, ouch.
Well, pianos are soulless creatures. Oh, I hit it. That'll do. I think that might have worked.
Does look like it, doesn't it? It's got 2 bennies because I forgot to soak before, so I'm going to try soaking this one.
Oh no! Feck!
It
slams the doors shut just before the sword gets at the paper. It's protecting the paper. Get the piano roll. Get the piano roll.
And now let you end your turn, and obviously you may need to adjust things based on what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone bring some of that ghost rock with us? So you could throw that in there and set fire to it.
I was carrying some, so was Adolfo.
Juan, you're up, sir.
Okay, let's go ahead and do this. We are going to go ahead and drop into our drunken boxing and run again. Not getting quite as far as we wanted to. Oh well.
I don't know what happened there. I must have accidentally moved you closer by mistake.
Yeah, that happens, doesn't it? I'm going to poke it with my spear since it seems to be close enough to
Because
do
he's
that.
drunk, he slipped at the end.
Evidently, yeah. Well, no, I tried to click on it, and I obviously accidentally moved the token by mistake. I don't know. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you've been doing that forever, so yeah.
I'm notorious for not being able to select that silly little tick.
As long as it works in our favour, we're happy.
Do you wish to spend one of your
Oh, I
innumerable
probably
bennies?
should have. Yeah, let's. I do have a whole bunch of them up there, don't I? Boyd is determined that I'm gonna only roll an 8. Let's go one more. Oh, there we go.
Oh, 2 wounds. Well, I'll spend its last penny on that then. Sorry. Sorry.
I spent 2. You spent 1. Sounds about right.
You know, I get so thrown when I play Swade these days and go, why's the NPC only got why's the wild card NPC only got 2 bennies?
And I'll spend the extra. I'll spend the power point to do the extra damage.
Okie dokie.
And because it's a. Oh no, I'm gonna spend a penny.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know you could do that.
I'll
That's
spend
cool.
another penny. Last one.
You got plenty of bennies. Well, I've got an hour to go, but you got plenty of bennies.
No, that's it.
And that's. It did look cool. For a second there, it looked like you. Well, not that anyone noticed it because they can't see, but anyone who could see that sort of thing would have sworn there was like crackling energy inside the whip. Okie dokie, Mr. John Watts, sir.
That move.
Depends, is that a run?
I can run if you want. There you go.
It just means you get to go further. What I would suggest is I reckon you're going to clip that door.
Right.
Let's just say that let's get you to there, which means you cleared that one. You've still got 5 more inches of movement.
Right, let's try this again. Eventually we'll get a movement in. 1.
See, 4 gets you to there, 7 gets you to there. Where's your last 2 going? You've got 2 more inches of movement. Don't worry. I was moving you and you were moving you at the same time. So I know it says 13, but that's fine because if I click on that one, there you are, 7 inches of movement. You've got 2 inches of movement left.
Right, there.
Wonderful stuff. That should get you through the doors without problem. There you
Right.
go.
Okay, right, I can't shoot the gun because it's going to get in the way. Can't shoot the gun because people are in the way. Oh, well, technically I could.
Go for it.
It looks like I can actually move the piano as it attacks you.
Oh, there you go. Right, I can't shoot the gun. Right, yo. Let's try this for a giggle. Come on. You've stacked tokens, haven't you?
No?
I'm not going to target then.
You have targeted it.
So that looks like a miss, doesn't it?
It does. I don't know why it's saying you've. I'm not sure. I don't know why it's saying you've.
No, that's a miss and hit.
Yes, a miss and hit. I don't know why it's not letting you. It's showing the fact you've targeted it. I don't know what's going on there.
Right. Okay.
Oh, clear targets. Something's going on. Oh, is that that's a measurement distance. That's what I didn't realise.
That was a 12.
Is it AP anything?
It's AP1.
That should be enough to shake it.
Enough to shake it. Okay. Okay. Mercy. Oh no, Belladonna just reconnected.
Yeah, I've been crashed.
Just I was about to whisper. Okay. The player piano unshakes, and will then do its that construct hardly shaken. The piano grapples with the keyboard cover and bites with its ivory. Go. Seem to imply that.
What is going on with this piano? Who's inside that piano and controlling it?
Kenny Baker.
I am actually confused here because I'm beginning to wonder if they've changed the rules on natural weapon. But it says the piano grapples with a keyboard cover and bites with its ivory teeth. So when you actually look up natural weapons, there's additional notes for each type. A creature with natural weapons, such as claws, fangs, or horns, may attack with any or all of them using their fighting skills. Creatures with natural weapons are always considered. Here are a few additional notes. Okay, no, I know what it's saying. It can still bite you. It's just if it grapples you, it's allowed to bite you rather than use its grapple damage. That's what it's saying for bites, isn't it?
Yeah, and it gets that
This
as a
grapple,
free
you
thing.
can just start chewing on your head. Yeah.
Oh, critically fails. I'm gonna say basically what
Plays
happens.
a bum note.
It plays a bad note, and the piano rolls jumps a bit, and it basically you made it vulnerable. That brings us to Sophia.
Okay, back just in time. Probably to do nothing useful. Oh, it's not too bad. Could you accept that because I can't see properly, and then I'll move further?
Yes.
Thank you. Four, 11. Oh, in that case, I didn't go that far. I stopped there.
Technically, you thought you saw it down in the basement, but now in the proper daylight, you certainly do. See what I've just whispered to you.
Mercy, he's possessed. I point at Patrick.
What?
Well, his mouth sure is.
The girl's gone mad.
He's got one of those things. He's. Oh my God! He's dead.
What?
That card has really messed her up, isn't it? I don't like you no more, Patrick.
And just to channel David Tennant even more. What?
That did a bit of wibbly wobbly timey wimey there, but basically, yeah, because you've taken this edge, you'll see things that you've never noticed before.
Yeah. Anything else, I'm going to lose in the shock of everything.
When you wake up, it will just be like a bad dream, and then you'll have forgotten it all, and then, yeah.
Okay, where are we? Yeah. So basically, putting on mute so the players can't hear it. We're just slightly retconning something. So basically, because Sophia's basically able to see with spirit sight, so she's got true sight right now. For the first time ever, she's come to the realization that the amazing Adolfo is actually harrowed. Amazing Adolfo doesn't know he's harrowed. He'd die because he's a veteran of the Wild West. He doesn't know he died. That's basically what's happening here. Okie dokie. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry. That was meant to say make up, not just make.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Yeah. So basically, Sophia runs up and then she suddenly stares at amazing Adolfo in horror, and when you heard, and seems to just totally lose it. In the meantime, however, the Flair piano is going to it's vulnerable. It's actually going to take advantage of the fact that Sophia's just appeared there and just gone all wibbly wobbly timey wimey and failed to bite her. Okay, the amazing Adolfo, you're up next.
Well, I'm going to interpose myself between Miss D and the piano.
Okay.
And say, get back! The thing's attacking! And I'm going to try and slash the piano roll again, as it seemed to work last time.
Sounds good to me. Go for it. Cool shot. -4.
Yep, I'll take that.
That's a hit with a raise.
And I'll take the +4 damage.
Yep. You shake the piano unless you want to re-roll.
I think I will. That's better.
Okay, the piano takes a second wound as you damage quite badly the paper roll inside it.
Now get that paper roll, and Miss D, back off. I know sometimes music's bad, but this is terrible.
Yeah, Mercy, because it's shaking, I can back up a bit. Draw my handy little finger gun. And I'm going to use selective because I know that there's a bunch of them in there, but I'm only going to hit that. It's not letting me target it. Hang on. I'll try it this way.
I think it's sulking because I was trying to be clever and put an image underneath it.
Yeah, it's a stack token. That's what it's causing the problem.
It's not a stack token. It's an image with a token sitting on top of an image. The piano is on the image layer, supposedly.
The image on the token, isn't it?
That shouldn't make a difference then.
Okay.
On the combat tracker, I mean.
I could do, couldn't I? I could try that. I've not tried that. Let's have a go. Bink. It did work.
Bink. There you go.
And then I just delete that. There we go. Then the combat tracker doesn't show the new image. So let's put the piano back on. There we go.
Beautiful. And then you just have to make it. It's a bit small.
Oh yes, I forgot that. I forgot about that bug. Do you remember in the old days how you could resize a token by using the mouse wheel on the combat tracker, and it would size it on the map?
No.
In the old days, you could. Now, what happens is if you do it now, all that happens is the token shrinks to becomes invisible. You used to be able to resize tokens by actually scrolling, holding down control, scrolling the mouse wheel on the combat tracker to actually resize the token. Somewhere along the line, they broke that. Whether they broke that,
I'm going to pull out my other gun
might
and
be
shoot this
interesting.
thing with my normal gun.
With your normal gun, okay.
Well, the
Oh,
other
yes,
one's
'cause
got to be reloaded, isn't it? So
It
yeah.
has. You need to invest in some fast loaders, mate. That's a good shot. Like it might hit. Booting my computer. Not the one we're playing on, obviously.
There's a hit with a raise. Right, so let's do the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Benny in that. What? This is double. I'm going to Benny it again. Just don't
You've rolled
roll
exactly
the same.
You've rolled exactly the same
That's what I said.
numbers,
What?
just in a different order.
Huh?
That's not funny, sir. Well, it is, but yeah. Uh-huh. Come on, I've been using fancy guns since 2005. I get confused.
That's all I got.
Okie dokie. Mr. John Watson, you're up.
I shall name him Taserface.
Electrostun. Defense will be 4. That's a hit with a raise.
Yes, saving throw vigor -2.
Okay, vigor at -2. So that would be I hit F2 to put the -2 in, then I make my vigor. And Benny.
Oh,
Evil get.
right. Made you spend the penny.
You did make me spend the penny. There we go. Okay, so yeah, Sophia, over to you.
Has my opinions of things changed in any way, or do I still believe everything I did before?
Well, if your spirit sight is still on, so you're still distracted, and while your spirit sight's on, that's what you see. Should also be pointed out that you could also see this. You could also see what you saw inside. There's one inside the piano as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like how Deadlands works is very helpful when the GM's talking to players without trying to.
I'm not dropped out, yeah?
No, that was me.
I am going to pick up the poker from the fireplace and start laying.
Ignore me.
I was wondering why there was a nice little samba beat.
Yeah.
I'm going to start laying into the piano with it. Wild attack with poker.
Sensible.
Oh yeah, I actually need to put wild attack on. Oops, that's not right. Ah! I've accidentally given myself a -5 modifier. I need to not do that.
There we go. Finally got the piano working to attack you with. Only took me this long for the computer to reboot.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get Wild Attack.
Oh, right. There we go.
There it. Right.
He was the worst attack of all things. Very short looping. Okay, so you wild attack, you hit.
Okay, I have no idea what the damage of a fire poker is to a possessed piano.
It'd be an improvised weapon, so that would be an additional -2. So it's still a hit with a raise. That would be, I'm going to say strength plus D6. So let's just create a melee weapon called we'll just call it medium improv. Because that way you can always, it doesn't matter what you're using, you're going to be in the future.
Guess not.
There you go.
I guess that doesn't work then. Okay. I will use it.
I'm deliberately leaving it vague because that way you can be anything in the future.
That seems sensible.
Ooh! Yeah, go on. I like it. You hit it. Spent a penny to get that, so you wound it.
There's one in the piano and another in him. A blow with each word.
Every time it takes a wound, it's getting quieter, you see, so it's quite quiet now, having taken 3 wounds. Go on, you're next, sir.
Juan's going to look over towards Sophia, trying to figure out what she's going on about, and stab the piano again.
Benny's for slow. He needs more bennies, yes. That's a hit. That's a hit. Roll for damage. I think the piano might be in trouble here. It was dice rolls today. It seems to be an unwritten rule that most people's dice rolls today must contain a 1.
You're hacking us again. You wish. Oh, I see.
Okay, I just can't seem to get through the wood.
Right, so new round. Let's see what we get. We get 1. Oh, 1. You're up first.
Let's try this again.
You hit. Oh, well, there was nearly a 1 there. Did you notice?
As long as Will doesn't roll a 1, then we're fine.
Yes.
Right, reloading a gun, 6 bullets does not take 6 actions, does it?
Yes, it does.
Wow,
Yes,
that's mental.
Yeah.
I definitely need a speed
Absolutely
loader.
does.
Luckily, I've still got me.
However, you can reload 3 in a turn.
Yes.
Yes, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to shoot it.
No, but the point is, though, as a multi-action penalty, you can load 2 bullets and then fire 1 and still have a bullet the next turn, or you can, as you can say,
3 bullets in and not do anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just use a speed loader, which is classed as a magazine that loads all 6 in one go.
Yes, exactly.
I need to find one of those. John Watt, make me one.
You buy one at the general store.
In the barn from the general store.
Yeah, me loading my gun is 1 action for the whole because it's a cassette.
I'm going to have to try and soak that because I'm evil.
You try and put 6 individual bullets into very small snug holes and see if it takes you
in the middle of a gunfight.
Yeah, this is real money we're talking about here, yeah?
Yeah, well.
The bullets are getting shot around him. He's like, whatever, I'm loading up my gun.
Mr. John what? Mr. John what?
Soak that wound, son of a bitch. I'm going to kill that piano.
Yes, I'm going to try. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try and stun it to death.
Love a system where we can be killing a piano.
Oh, you don't get any bonuses for that, but yeah, vigor -2 again.
Piano is stunned.
Right, okay.
You zapped it. Very good.
Oh, hang on. There you go. Tried to do something weird there. I don't know if it works. Mr. Amazing Adolfo, you're up. In fact, actually, you've stunned it, so it's going to stop playing until it recovers.
I don't. You have to decide whether or not it actually falls prone. It probably doesn't actually, does it?
No, I think it falls prone.
Yeah, there are some creatures that are immune to prone.
Yeah. I think it's got to fall over with that that big clang that a piano would do as it's knocked over.
Definitely.
It has to. Mr. Amazing Adolfo, what's your plan, sir? Unfortunately, of course, now it's prone. The paper roll is protected because they'll face forwards.
But if it's fallen face forwards, then the back of the piano is available, which is certainly in old pianos, normally just covered with cloth. And on a player piano particularly, that means that all of the workings are revealed, including the ropes that will attach the pedals to the pump that turns the player roll. So I'm just going to cut that as it's down and prone with my sword, which should be akin to severing its spinal cord.
Okay.
Hashtag music college.
Yeah.
Hashtag call shot.
Yeah, exactly.
I've used player pianos before, so I'll do another call shot, but this time, since it's prone as well, I'm going to do a wild attack.
Okay. Wild attack called shot to a prone piano.
Yeah, I've only got.
You don't utter every day.
Look, I've got a fighting of D4. I've been really lucky so far.
Some of the characters are out of pennies. It's been noted by Perry. So there you go, guys.
You know what? Since that is merely
Thank you very much.
I'm going to go for a Benny on that because I've got plenty, and I'll go for another one just to see if I can get a raise. That's better. That didn't roll the raise damage. Never mind. I'll put a Benny on it anyway.
Oh, you know why? Because you hit and then you re-rolled, and I didn't cancel the hit, so don't you worry.
Okay.
That damage is wrong.
Okay, so you've done 10 points of damage or 13 points of damage at the moment. Sorry,
and
or
13
9 points of damage.
enough, is it?
Sorry, you've done 10 points of damage or 9 points of damage. Because
should he not be doing +6 damage?
I should be for the wild attack and the. No, I've got strength. I've got strength -1 because I'm elderly, so it'll only be +5. But I will spend another Benny on that.
No, it'll be +6, but your strength die will be modified.
You shake it.
Yeah, well, I'll leave it shaken. Then that's fine.
Mercy, Vancouver.
Mercy, Vancouver.
Cut the ropes! Cut the ropes! It'll stop it playing.
Perhaps we should be making support rolls. Just a hint.
Hang on. Oh, because it's prone. Yeah, maybe. I think it. Yeah.
If it's prone, it's harder to hit with ranged attacks.
I know. That's a hit. Fine. If you stand over it, it's easy to hit, isn't it?
Piano's prone. It's harder to hit.
Yeah.
If an elephant's sitting down, it's much harder to hit.
I know. I was just thinking the same thing, but anyway.
A house is prone. You missed.
Yeah, it's lying down. You can't see as much of it. It's on its side.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever.
I did say it could does prone apply as well.
I know. But I wasn't thinking I might retcon the prone being applied as a thing, but then everyone came up with such funny reasons that I shouldn't do that. So, okay, the piano is stunned but remains vulnerable.
The piano is stunned. It's mental, isn't it? We're fighting the piano.
It's unstunned. It's unstunned, but it remains.
Yeah, but it is
I
still
vote we
vulnerable.
give Perry a Benny for putting up with this for the past hour.
No, thanks,
Alright.
Perry. No, Perry's awarding us pennies. He's a hero. We need him here.
Okay, so the piano is no longer stunned, but it is still shaken and it is still vulnerable. So I will have to spend one of my GM bennies to unshake it. And then the piano is going to wildly attack the person that seems to be doing the most damage to it.
Fair.
So missing. So I will spend a penny on that.
Yes, you might have recovered from stun, but you're still going to be distracted by it all.
Arse.
Oh, bollocks.
However, you parry your sword cane, whacks it on the lid just as it tries to come down on you. You jam it in there, it's preventing it from chomping down on you, bringing us to Sophia.
I tell you what, you're no Steinway.
The piano
Oh,
obviously got back.
Seinfeld.
Sorry, I forgot to take the prone off. The piano obviously got back up to bite you.
Seriously? That must have looked weird.
Yeah.
Piano holds itself to its feet.
Yeah, his hands came out. Went right. I'm back up now. Dusted itself off and then bit.
No, it basically implied that it actually does. What it actually does is the piano version of martial artists when they just flip off their backs onto their feet. It just used its foot pedals. It smacked them into the ground and it literally just sprang back up.
And then he gave
Piano
everyone a
killed
John
him.
Wick
Wow.
look. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Does Paddy still look how he did to me?
Yes, if you've still got your spirit sight on, he will continue
Yes,
to look
I
like
do.
that.
Okay.
How long is that?
I'm
spirit
running
sight
over
last
here.
for?
Until she turns it off. But she's distracted while it's on.
I'm going to type more than that, but other than speaking to Mercy, I'm not doing anything, so feel free to move on to somebody else.
Okie dokie, that is Mr. What's Up.
What's up?
I couldn't resist, sorry.
Oh, that's the Mr.
No,
Will Money.
It's Will Money.
Mr.
And
Money
we all
goes
get
first,
a penny.
and you all get a penny.
And then I'll go on hold and let John Watt carry on.
Okay. Oh, hang on, the piano's back up, isn't it?
Tell you what. Let's. I'm going to try a support role. I want to know what way the paper roll. I mean, shoot the paper roll. Surely that's its brains.
Good shot.
To support money.
Oh, I see. Yes, I see what you're saying. To support
Right.
money.
So he's got a.
+2.
He's got a +2, is he?
Yeah, +2 because that's the best one. That's the best one person can support someone else.
I disagree.
Oh, +4.
Which is enough to cover a cold shot.
It is.
Got a Joker bonus as well.
Are you coming off hold, Mr. Money?
I will come off hold and I'll do a cold shot.
If somebody else supports you, they can also give you a +2 double to a +4 for a total of 8.
Yes,
Oh,
that
yeah.
applies to, that
Anyone
applies
else
to
wanna
if you
support
stay on
me?
a hold. That
In that
applies
case,
to
you want to say.
everybody.
This, but yeah. Oh, it's doubled this round. So anyone who supports anyone, just go for your called. Just do a straightforward shot.
Do the cool shot, yeah.
Yeah, just do a straightforward shot because you're what I mean. Your Joker bonus will apply, but your bonus from the support roll cancels out the called shot. So just make a normal attack roll. Just add +4 damage if you hit. Oh!
Not if you do that.
Oh dear.
Oh, double dear. Okay.
Well,
is
that
really-
means he's either hit John Watt, Juan, or Adolfo with a raise.
I know, because it's a grim
We've
servant of
used-
death
we've
on a
used
crit failure.
perfect timing, haven't
Is
we?
a raise. Yeah.
We've
Okay.
used perfect timing, yes.
Shite.
I concentrate this and give you +1 damage.
However, Will Money, have you spent an adventure card? You have.
When I got the wound earlier on.
But
Damn
I
it.
can
So
use
I-
but I can spend an adventure card.
Yeah, but the adventure card I've got says play to allow one of you. Oh, actually no. Yeah, I'll pass this to you then, because you might want to use this now, Mr. Watt.
That's the card I wanted, yeah. So I will play this.
John
'cause
Watts
I've got
already. John. Oh no, he hasn't. He's handed it on. Yeah, you got Destiny's Child. Okay.
Destiny's
I've been
Child,
passing that around since the beginning of the game.
so he can re-roll with a critical failure.
Nice.
Not
That's a
better not do another critical failure, eh?
Oh yeah, that is a Deadlands
Yeah.
card. That one I just get a white square.
Phew!
A bit of timber shifting there.
That's what it should have looked like.
Didn't roll the
Oh.
raise damage.
The raise damage. 21 points of damage.
Be happy with a 21?
2 wounds. It's bleeding out.
The piano,
This means there
piano
are
starts
piano
bleeding.
wires going everywhere and hammers falling off.
I didn't think to
Huzzah.
shoot it there, John. Good thinking.
Well, that was very good thinking of Mr. Watt there, wasn't it? Says Patrick, putting his sword cane away and having a bit of a huff.
Now I'm reloading my gun.
No problem at all. You can reload your gun. Okay.
Now, Patrick is then going to
Now,
walk over towards
before anybody
Thea.
gets too far along, Juan's going to go over. Juan's going to go. Okay, kind of
Stay
poke
away
his
from me.
spear. Kind of poke his spear towards Adolfo and go. Okay, what is she talking about? You've got evil spirits in you.
And I was walking towards Sophia and said, "What's the matter, my dear?" And then I look at one and say, "Excuse me with that. I don't know what the girl's talking about. She must have seen something down in the cellar that's sent her mad."
Yeah, what
I
she
saw
saw
the
down in
things
the.
cellar and they attacked you. They were real. I can see one now. It's just as real.
I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about, Miss D? I don't understand.
There's
It's
one
me.
of those things inside him.
Listen, Miss D, whatever is going on with his spirits, he's working on our team. So if he's got spirits or not, he's still one of us.
It's me, Paddy. We've been travelling together for
Well, that ain't
nigh on
happening.
6 months.
That's absolutely fine. That's all I want. That's absolutely fine. You get it again. You get a wave and a finger placed upon a lip with a rather malicious-looking grin, Sophia.
Okay, I'm going to have to go to work now, but I will not go anywhere near Paddy, and I'm going to spend most of the rest of the time hiding behind Mercy.
Okie dokie.
If there's anything else visual that I can give hints to, I will. Have fun.
No problem.
I need you to get over this, Miss D. We've got a
Can
show
we-
to do tomorrow night.
Hang on, can we not make a scanner so we can scan them?
The last thing we need is scanners. People's heads explode.
I can always poke him and see what he bleeds.
No, I was thinking about why don't we make like an induction coil?
I'd
to
really
scan
rather
'em?
you didn't, if you don't mind. I'm quite keen on my insides remaining on the insides, if you know what I mean.
Only a wee bit of microwave, you'll be fine.
A wee bit of
I
what?
want a lot of them come out, just a little bit.
No, I'd rather they
I'll
all
only
stay
stretch a
exactly.
little.
I'd really rather they all stayed exactly where they're supposed to. Now, I'm a little bit worried, Mr. Money. Would you you'll back me up here? I mean, please, Mr. Watt.
Can I
Mr.
have
Wan.
notice rolls from anybody who's close to the amazing Adolfo? So if you want to get up close, you can make a notice check.
Yeah, I'm going to take a big magnifying glass out of the toolkit.
Okay.
Have a look
It
at
has
this.
to be
Have a
said
poke at
that,
this.
okay, anyone who sort of basically gets up really close, obviously what you do, obviously as always, you do pick up the smell of the grease paint that the mate Patrick always seems to have upon him. But for once, something you've not noticed before, there's a smell behind it. It's quite faint, but now with everything that Sophia's been saying, maybe you're just paying more attention, but you can't help but notice there's an underlying smell of decay coming from Patrick.
Have you got a dead hamster under your hat, Patrick?
Okay, I know it's embarrassing, but
not that I'm aware of. I mean, this is a second-hand jacket. I couldn't really afford a new one. I did buy it before the corpse got buried. I have to admit that. But you know,
it's okay. It's okay.
It's a decent suit. It's got a velvet lining, you know. He says, opening the jacket.
It's okay. You're among friends. If you got frightened and pooped, it's perfectly okay.
I have not pooped myself.
We don't mind. We know you're old. You know, can't trust a fart once you get past 50, mate.
Now, if you don't mind, young man. No, I may be old, but I'm not.
Actually.
I'm not that old. I really don't like the way that you're all looking at me like that. It's
Truth of
rude.
life. You can't trust a fart once you get past 50.
You absolutely should not be looking at your elders like that. It's very, very
I'm
much
not looking at you anyway. I just know there's this funny smell coming from you, and you know maybe you've pooped your pants. It's fair enough.
It's not that type of smell.
Do I need to drop my long johns and show you?
No thanks. Shriveled up little worms. No thanks.
I'll give you shriveled up little worm, so I will. You're not too big that I couldn't bend you over my knee, young man.
Don't start getting
I
kinky.
think we're back to poking them with a stick.
No, there's no need for any of that kind of thing either. Now, if you all don't mind, I mean, this is and Patrick will start backing off into the corner a little bit, looking really quite concerned at all of you lot.
Patrick, we still think you're one of our team. We don't care, okay?
You don't care about what though? I mean, you're all talking a load of shit.
Don't care that Sophia is scared of you for some reason, and we don't care that you smell of dead hamsters.
I am very bothered that she's scared of me because we've got a show to do every night this fucking week.
Well, then you better fix whatever. You better tell the truth to her, isn't it?
Does she remember everything?
The truth about what?
The dead rat you've got in your hat.
I haven't got it. Look, I take my hat off and I turn it upside down, and then I start pulling out cards and scarves and things. And so there's no. I don't do animals in the act. They're not worth it. They do stink something awful. They're no good for the act. I just do cards and scarves and things like that. And flowers. Look here, see flowers. He pulls out some fake flowers.
Right. By the way, does he remember what happened to him before he arrived in town?
What do you mean? Do I remember what happened to me before I arrived in town? We all came to town pretty much together. You know, after the place with the portal and the cards and the gun that I got from Mr. Money, and we were all there together. That's what we did before we came to town. Are you all telling me that none of you remember that?
No, I just wanted to know if you could remember it and you're not somebody else. or something, or you're just whatever, you know.
Let me just pinch myself and check I'm still here. Yes, I'm pretty sure that it's still me.
Or somebody's fiddled with you.
Excuse me, but nobody has been fiddling with me. If anybody's doing fiddling with me, it'd be myself, and I wouldn't do that sort of thing. I'm a good Catholic boy, so I am.
He's contaminated with a hose rock. Maybe we have to take him outside and hose him down.
Now, there'd be no need for that either. I had a bath already this year.
Is it your birthday?
Maybe you should have cleaned up that wound on the back of your head a little better.
Wound on the back of my head? I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about.
So thinking about it logically, it's got to be on the lower back neck, hasn't it? Where the hair would be over it, not actually the top of the head.
Yeah.
What you saying? He's got a parasite?
No. He's got a gunshot wound.
What? For somebody shot him in the head?
I've got a what?
Yeah.
How fascinating. What do you mean he's got a gunshot wound?
What do you mean I've got a gunshot wound?
I mean you've got a gunshot wound. Come over here.
Over where?
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Step here, turn around. I promise I won't poke you with my spear.
Now, you see, after all the times you told me that you want to and that you're going to, I'm not entirely sure that I trust you.
I lay my spear on the ground. I promise I won't poke you with my spear.
No one's going to poke you at all, Patrick. You're one of our friends.
Sophie left the room by this point, I should point out.
I will take sort of a half step towards him and say, now, to the best of my recollection, I have never been shot in the back. And I think if I had been shot in the back, I would either remember it or not be in a position to remember it. And since I'm in a position where I would be able to remember it if it had happened, and I'm not in a position to not remember it, then it can't have happened. So therefore it didn't. So I haven't got the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Well, I didn't say you got shot in the back. I said I saw a gunshot wound in the back of your head. There's a difference. Come here.
I'm not entirely sure there is. How would you get a gunshot wound anywhere on you if you hadn't been shot in that place?
So as obviously one's sort of indicating it, the rest of you now do notice what it basically off to one side, but just below the ear, under the back of the neck, where Patrick's hair grows down and covers it. You do see what does appear to be a what looks like a gunshot exit wound.
So a pretty big hole then.
Not really big, because it was probably shot with a Derringer or something like that. A really small gun. But from the look of it, the only thing you can work out is from the exit wound, from where it is, the fact you can't see any sign of entrance wound is maybe he got shot through the mouth, or maybe the bullet tumbled somewhere, but it definitely just came out of the back, under his hairline, below the. What I'm trying to say is
having just missed the skull, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So here's a question: at what point did he actually get shot in the face?
None of you have ever seen him get shot in the face.
I don't recall ever having been shot in the face either. Thank you very much. You lot are all talking. You're all mad. The lot of you. You're all mad.
We can see if you feel it with your hand. Put your hand up there and have a feel.
Now, with the additional information, can I make another occult roll?
Yes, you most certainly can.
Well, there's a bit of a lump there, but I've got another one on my knee. It's a little growthy thing. I did go to a barber surgeon once and asked if I could have it cut out, but they said it was going to cost me $10, and I didn't really think it was worth it. I mean, it makes me limp a little bit, but not much. And things like this happen to you when you get older. Bits fall off and bits do things that they're not supposed to do. And I am older than the lot of you, possibly than Miss D and you, Juan, put together. But mind you, I can never tell with you fellas. How old are you anyway?
I grab a hold of Patrick by the arm and I go, Patrick, we need to step outside for a few minutes.
If you don't mind, Miss Vancouver, this
And
is.
I grab a hold of his arm and I start dragging him towards the door.
Oh, well, careful now. Look, I can walk for myself. Thank you very much. There's no need. Will you let go of my arm? There's no need to be manhandling me. Will you please? Miss Vancouver, I say.
And I smack him lightly in the face. I go, Patrick, be quiet a minute and listen.
No, there was no need for that. I'm in my own house too.
Mr. Mouth, listen. Somebody shot you. You don't remember it because when the Manitou decide to give you your life back, that memory is wiped out. But you're dead and could very well have been for a while.
The what to who?
Patrick, basically you're dead. Look,
no, I most demonstrably am not.
Oh, most imaginably are. And I reach around and I poke my fingers through his skull, through the hole, and wiggle him.
Okay. Obviously that will basically end up the effect being that Mercy's finger is now down the back of your throat.
I hope you cleaned your hands, Mercy.
What the fuck are you doing?
Maybe you shot yourself in the mouth, Bubba, but you're dead. Don't you think it's weird that you got a hole through your head?
Well, well, ain't that a thing?
It's not unheard of. It's not common, but it's not unheard of, Patrick. You need to...
You need to apologize to poor Miss Sophia for scaring the bejesus out of her.
And I think that is where we should leave it on this cliffhanger of Patrick discovering that he is in fact dead.
Dun, dun, dun!
Good old veteran of the Weird West table, hey? But we shall leave it there, as poor Patrick has... whether you can convince him is another matter, but Sophia obviously activating the spirit sight. Every time she looks at Patrick, the Manitou inside it turns around and smiles at her and basically says, shh! And he's obviously freaking her out quite so. So that's where we shall leave it. Thanks so much, guys. You've made me laugh a lot and cough a lot because I made me laugh so much. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. We shall see.
It was great.
We shall see you all next Tuesday.
Great, fantastic, marvellous.
So for more Deadlands fun. Thank you very much, guys. Well, we shall leave it there.
I need to reload all my guns.
Indeed. Yeah, you reload all your guns. So we'll leave it there with everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. I'm glad to hear it, Rigger. Nice to see you. So, we got that. Sorry, they're still talking in my ear, so I might mute them. So you basically, we've got Deadlands next Tuesday. The next session for Spelljammer is that Savage Pathfinder Spelljammer, I should add. It's scheduled in for the 5th of Feb, but I may have to work. But once I know more, we'll let you know. But hopefully we'll see you all again next week for some more fun and games with some Deadlands, where Sophia finds out has worked out the amazing Adolfo's dead, and the rest of the party is now found out as well. See how it goes. Very much. See you soon.